So, Monday Night Football, Week 5. Going with the earlier game today. And it should be I think it's going to be a very interesting one to keep an eye on as this progresses. Bills, of course, coming off of a loss last week against the New England Patriots. Bit of a surprise upset in that one. I think nobody can expect that game to go quite the way it did, but I think definitely a good showing uh, for New England and Buffalo. We'll see how they respond this week. Of course, traveling down to Atlanta to take on the Falcons, who have a lot of potential, but just as many questions. Obviously, you got Michael Penix leading the way at quarterback for the team, led by Raheem Morris. But you got Bijan, who's electric. You got Kyle Pitts. You got Jesse Bates in there, and really trying to potentially reestablish themselves against one of the AFC's top teams to see, hey, can this team come in? Can they compete at the highest level? And I think it's going to be an interesting dynamic to watch over the course of this game. Of course, both teams in their throwback jerseys tonight, so it's certainly going to be a pretty game to watch. And I hope you'll excuse me being a little bit nasally. We're gonna be trying to work our way through this game, but taking the early ones that way I can maybe get a little bit of rest. But hey, we'll fight through the little bit of a cold. It does look like the Atlanta offense will start because Ed Oliver, they're showing on the sideline getting suited up, and it will be kicked off by the Buffalo Bills to get us started here. It's going to be Matt Prater lined up to get us started here. Bills will be moving from right to left. Atlanta will be moving from left to right. And of course, Bills in their all-white throwbacks. Falcons, red helmets, black jerseys, white pants. And the kick will be returned to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, the middle 25, and gets spun around and knocked down right at about the 30-yard line. Is, I believe, actually, no, it was Atlanta on the return there. So Michael Penix will take the field for the first time here. And again, very interesting lineup here for the Falcons. Of course, Drake London, big threat. Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson will be all over the place. And then Michael Penix going into year 2 after being a surprise first-round pick of the Atlanta Falcons during last year's draft. But it's going to be 1st and 10. Penix in the pistol here. He's got a tight end lined up directly to his left. Will take the snap here on first down. It's a handoff to Robinson running left. Flag thrown already. The ball's out. Fumble. And the Bills recover. Bijan Robinson on the first carry of the game loses the football. And they're reporting as well on the field that it's going to be a penalty on the Falcons. No, it's offsides on Buffalo. So the fumble by Bijan Robinson is taken away. So an early bailout there. As that ball also went flying, it was a great strip by, who's that? I think it's number 42 for the Bills. I believe that's Dorian Williams, deputizing for the injured Matt Milano with that strip. But it's not going to matter. So it's going to make 1st down and 5 here. And of course, best player on the field is Bijan, who's going to be kind of spread out to Michael Penix's right, but going to be pretty far off the line of scrimmage. Penix sends Robinson in motion, fakes the handoff. Penix, step in the pocket, looking, fires over the middle, complete, up over midfield. Drake London down the 45 and knocked down at the 41 into the Falcons offense, moving very early on a very nice strike. I believe that's about 15, 20 yards. From Penix to London. So the star wide receiver getting on the board early. So quickly, Atlanta into Buffalo territory. Penix once again lining up in the pistol. Pitt's going to go in motion to the far side. It's going to be handoff to Robinson, this time running to the right. Going to get past the line of scrimmage, up over the 40, and wrapped up and thrown down at about the 42. I believe it was Bosa in there on the stop. So I think definitely interesting. Casey Washington and Charlie Warner, other targets potentially for Atlanta. And then, Chris Lindstrom, the right guard at Boston College, definitely a top-tier guy at his position. Penix in the gun, running back lined up to his left, I believe is Tyler Algier, takes a snap here. surveying, steps, fires, complete. That'll be good for a first down. I believe that's London. Again, it is up over the 30, down to the 28. So Drake London getting involved in the offense early. Taylor Rapp on the coverage that time was the one who ended up taking him down. But again, it's, zone defense. I believe it looks more like a cover 3 or a cover 6 look there. And London just doing a nice job finding the soft spot, sitting down. And the Falcons already at the Buffalo 29. Drake London, 2 catches for 33 yards already tonight. That last one good for, I believe, 9 or 10. Again, apologies. Nose already running. Penix in the gun. Takes snap. It's going to be a sweep to Robinson, running to the left. Up over the 30. Sheds a tackler down to the 25 and down to the 22. So it's going to be a nice picket there on the kind of halfback sweep. And so it's going to be second down and 3 now. Of course, the Bills' defense has a number of pieces. Greg Russo, Ed Oliver, Joey Bosa, who I've already mentioned tonight as being some big guys there. Matt Milano does seem to be out tonight with an injury, so that'll be a huge loss as the Bills being down that linebacker. But also Taylor Rapp, Tre'Davious White, also some very interesting pieces to be keeping an eye on. Penix once again in the pistol. It's going to be a handoff to the left. It's Tyler Algier, breaks free down to the 10, down the 5, runs over a man, and Atlanta storms down the field and into the end zone. It's Tyler Algier picking up the first rushing touchdown of the day. And just like that, it is 6-0 Falcons. On just a nice little outside zone look. Again, great blocking up front, and Algier running over a man to get into the end zone. Yeah, it's incredible blocking up front. And, continually good blocking down the field by Sills the 5th. And so quickly, 5 plays, 69 yards in 2 minutes and 45 seconds on this Atlanta opening drive. PAT is up, and the PAT is good. And so just like that, it is 7-0 Falcons here on Monday Night Football. And the first Monday Night Football game in Atlanta, and I believe they mentioned before the game started, in 7 years, results in a touchdown. So with 12:15 left to go in the first, we will take a good break. Alexis, I believe you're the Bills fan. You're a Bills fan, right? I don't know. A good chunk must be IR. Oh, yeah, Maxwell Hairston, DeMar Hamlin, Dorian Strong. Yeah. Wait, Larry Ogunjobi got suspended? When? But Maxwell Hairston is the big one, I think, there. The rookie out of Kentucky. That is going to be a pretty big miss in this one. And anytime you lose some good corner depth, that's going to be a bit of a struggle. But again, first commercial break here. Falcons take a quick 7-0 lead. Actually, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change the outline because I don't like how it looks. There we go. Yeah, it'll do. There we go. Ugh. Yeah, definitely fighting a little bit of a cold here early in the autumn, but we're hanging out and we're enjoying some Monday Night Football. Had some, had some good cooking as well, so that was definitely good to get rolling. Actually, I haven't shared the stream in a couple spots, so we're going to go ahead and do that real quick. There we go, self-promo. So, do all of the self-promotion. There's one. There's two. And I think we're good. So, but again, 7-0 Falcons after a very, very fast drive. And again, Falcons do have the advantage as well of coming off their bye week. So they'll be, they're nicely rested. But still, 21-yard touchdown run by Tyler Algier. Of course, a big moment, a lot of wind taken out of the Buffalo sails, as on the first play from scrimmage, the Bijan Robinson fumble eliminated by the offsides on the Bills. But the kick is away. And so will be returned on the far side of the 10 to the 15 to the 20. For the 25, sheds a tackler, but is taken down at the 27-yard line. I believe it's Kadero Hodge on the stop for the Falcons. But that'll mean that Josh Allen will take the field here. We'll see if the Bills and their all-white throwbacks can find a response. And again, going to have a decently long way to go in this one. Has a pretty long drive ahead of him. Definitely keep an eye on the likes of James Cook as well to be a big factor in this offense. I'm expecting to mention his name a lot of times tonight. But Allen going to go under center here on first down. 12:09 left to go in the first. Going to go play action here on first down. Looking, surveying, going deep, down the field, down the middle, complete, all the way down to the Atlanta 30. It's Josh Palmer getting on the end of it, just getting really nice man-to-man coverage. And immediately, Josh Allen goes right to work with a huge, 43-yard strike to Palmer, working out of the slot. And yeah, just good work. Yeah, I think it's good work by Allen, selling with his eyes, getting that safety to collapse down the field, cover the more underneath route. And again, just gives great one-on-one coverage, and it's a great adjustment by Palmer in the air. So Buffalo all the way down to the Atlanta 28 on their first play from scrimmage. Allen under center, going to hand off to Cook, running up the middle, who's going to get wrapped up pretty quickly. Good push by the Buffalo offensive line. He'll get up to the 25-yard line. That'll be a pickup of about 3 yards here on first down. We're just taking a look at the replay. It's a great work, high pointing the ball by Palmer. To make sure he's up, make sure he's in front of that Atlanta corner to be able to come away with it. Allen going to go under center once again. Cook remains in the game as the single back after they're actually going to give him to the 19, so it's a pickup of 4. Tight end going in motion to the far side. Allen, play action again, this time rolling to his left, stops, steps up in the pocket. He's going to take off running up over the 20, and he'll slide down just shy of, I believe that's the 10-yard line. It's either the 10 or the 15, but regardless, that is enough for a fresh set of Buffalo downs as Allen scrambles, picks up 7 on his first effective rushing attempt of the game. And yeah, he slid down at about the 16-yard line there. So again, fresh set of downs for the Buffalo Bills. So, Josh Allen. Again, a lot of heavy personnel here early for the Bills. Seeing a lot of multiple tight end looks. We got 3 on the field here. Hands it off to Cook, up the middle this time, cuts it back to the inside, gets up over the 15, but he's not going to get much further. We'll see if they give him forward progress. They may give him the 14-yard line, but it's only going to be a pickup of about 2. A couple of names for Buffalo: James Cook, Josh Palmer, we've already mentioned, but Khalil Shakir and Keon Coleman probably going to be the main 2 guys there. Deion Dawkins, of course, a big piece on that O-line, as is Connor McGovern. Spencer Brown will be an interesting player to watch as the opposite tackle to Deion Dawkins. So, 9:30 left to go here in the first quarter. They're only going to give him 1. It's going to be second and 9. Just inside the Atlanta 15. Allen takes a snap, quick screen. It's going to be Khalil Shakir who's going to head for the sideline and only make it as far as the 10. But a flag throw, and it looks like this is going to be on the Buffalo Bills. It looks like it's going to be a holding on one of the guys getting out wide for the screen. So that'll push the Buffalo offense back a little bit. And it will be holding. It's on number 14 of the Buffalo Bills. That is number 14 is Tyrell Shavers getting flagged for the hold. So again, that'll push it back to, I believe, second and 19 now for Buffalo. Allen in the gun, second and 18. Cook set in motion. It's going to be 3 wide receivers to the near side. Cook lined up next to Allen in the gun. Shakir going to go in motion, come back to the near side. Allen takes snap. Only 3 rushers for Atlanta. Allen steps on the pocket. Continue to look downfield. He'll take off running, but he'll only get as far as the 20. He'll get wrapped up and get as far as the 19 there. So good contained work from Atlanta on and a mix of coverage down the field, as well as not keeping Allen from heading too far up the field. And I see that there is a bot here, so we'll hide you. So we'll keep an eye out for bots here, but it's going to be 3rd and 13 after Allen picks up the 5-yard scramble. Bills converting at a 44% clip this year. That's 7th in the NFL. 3rd and 13. Allen in the gun. Shakir now comes in motion to the near side. We have 3 potential receivers to that near side. That's Allen's left. Quick check at the line, but play clock winding down. Allen takes a snap. 4-man rush for Atlanta. Allen looking, firing over the middle. Caught! Touchdown, Buffalo! As they get into the end zone, it's Allen's tight end, Dawson Knox, finding the end zone here, and that'll cut the gap 2-1 as Josh Allen and the Bills march down the field and get a very fast response. It's a 19-yard receiving touchdown, and of course, PAT pending here for the Buffalo Bills. Just taking a quick look at the replay here, and again, it looks like Allen just doing a great job at working with his eyes. It should be a cover 2 look. And just Jesse Bates bites on it. Kind of comes down the field, thinks that pass is going to come short, and it does not. PAT attempt is up. PAT is good. And so 2 drives so far into this game, and it's tied up at 7 apiece. Josh Allen and Dawson Knox here. 8:01 left to go in the first, and we once again have a tie game. So we'll be seeing the Atlanta offense heading back onto the field next when we come out of this commercial break. Oh. Yeah, my nose is we're definitely a little bit stuffy tonight. We're a little bit nasally. I feel like I should maybe watch some of these streams back now and again. Oh, also, streaming Thursday night. So that'll be very interesting. Of course, Steelers taking on the Bengals on Thursday Night Football this week. So should be another interesting divisional matchup. Of course, Steelers, Steelers are, hold on. There we go. Well, if you couldn't tell, Steelers fan. Steelers had a pretty comfortable time yesterday against the Browns, which was surprising based on what I've come to expect from Steelers teams. I think there's still a lot of season left to go on that front. Of course, you can definitely go check out my kind of post-game reaction if you want to get a look at my thoughts on that. And we'll kind of keep the rest of this, the rest of the stream, rather, to what's going on between the Bills and the Falcons. But lots of offense here early. Granted, I believe I said the same thing about, it wasn't Minnesota and Chicago week 1. Actually, maybe it was Minnesota and Chicago week 1, where I came out, I was like, oh, hey, this could be an offensive shootout. And then, nothing happened for 40 minutes. Or it's, I think it was the Bears had 2 pretty quick scores, and then, did nothing after that. So, we'll see if this is the same. We'll see if the defenses can find some momentum. But I know Alexis earlier, or Mellison, as you might see in chat, occasionally, did mention that Buffalo's suffering from some secondary issues. Again, I believe you're a Bills fan. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you are still in chat. But again, hopefully you will be enjoying this. I feel like it's a good sign whenever there's a bot that swings around that it should be a decent stream. But again, we'll have to wait and see. But we're coming out of commercial here. Again, I'm going to be wiping my nose a lot. You're probably going to hear a lot of sniffling, but that'll be a thing. But, again, 8:01 left to go in this first quarter, just coming out of the second commercial break. And we'll see Michael Penix, Bijan Robinson, and this Falcons offense retake the field. But we are all lined up to kick it back away. And we are away. Kick will be fielded on the near side with the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Cuts it up the middle, 25. Knocked immediately, though. Hit immediately, though. As he crossed the 25, only make it as far as the 26. There is a late flag here. So, not sure what this flag is for. It was from pretty close to the play as well. So, I'm not sure exactly what happened. Again, we're getting a preview of Bears Commanders. So, can't tell you what the penalty has been just yet. Of course, Bears thought about doing theirs Commanders, but I wanted to do the early game, if only because I could end a little bit quicker. So it's a personal foul on Buffalo. So it's Franklin getting flagged for a personal foul. And that's, again, that wipes out another big play. So penalties have been a big thing that have been messing with this Bills team early, because this now moves them up to, I believe it's at the 40. Yeah, it's to past the 40. So Falcons starting their drive at their own 42. Pitts going in motion to the far side. Bills showing a potential 5-man pressure. We'll see how much they bring. Robinson now going in motion, and that's going to be a false start on Atlanta almost certainly. And it is going to be a false start. So a ton of motion here early by this Falcons offense. And you can see Bijan lining up in a whole bunch of different positions. He started kind of as a lined up as a wide receiver there. You had Bijan Robinson lined up to Penix's left. And then you're seeing Bijan come on a lot of these kind of orbit motions. And I think it's, we're going to see a lot of that as Atlanta tries to get their top man open. Penix in the gun here. It's actually going to be his tight end Warner lined up to his left. Bills showing pressure once again, showing the potential 6-man rush. Penix takes the snap. It is 4 from the Bills. It's going to be off to the left for Drake London, who's going to field it at the 40 and go down at the 42. It's only going to be a pickup of 2 yards. A bit of a low throw there from Penix on a little bit of a comeback route. But I think just good coverage down the field where Penix just having to check that ball down. That'll make it 2nd down and 13 as we continue. Hey, Pizzle, what's up? Hopefully you're doing well. Penix in the gun, takes the snap, looking, stepping up, firing down the right-hand side in the direction of Drake London, but pretty comfortably out of bounds. That's going to make it 3rd and 13 now with 7:22 left to go in the first. But yeah, Pizzle, I hope you're doing well. I think I can imagine who you're rooting for tonight, being a Dolphins fan. But again, it should be an interesting one, but both teams having pretty explosive opening drives to get touchdowns. But Falcons starting with great field position after a Buffalo penalty on the ensuing kickoff. Now at risk. It's 3rd and 13, 7:22 left to go in the first. Falcons at their own 39. Penix in the gun. Running back lineup to his left, I believe, is Robinson. Takes a snap. 5-man rush for the Bills. Penix stepping up. Going to get wrapped up. Escapes the pressure, but runs right into number 56. I believe that's Gregory Rousseau, who's going to pick up his first sack of the game. Sorry, apologies. That is Solomon for the Bills. Rousseau was also involved. Rousseau number 50. It was number 56, Javon Solomon, who was the first one in there properly to start to wrap up Michael Penix. And Atlanta got to punt the ball for the first time today, 4th and 17. And the punt unit is out. So Bradley Pinion going to be punting it away here. Play clock continues to wind down. 5, but the snap is back, and the punt is away cleanly. Going to be fielded at the 15. Going to cut it up the middle, up to the 20. Sheds the tackler up to the 25. But taken down by about 3 different Falcons there on the coverage. And so Buffalo going to take back over from their 25-yard line. 6:26 left to go here in the first quarter. And they're showing there's a good chunk of Bills fans that made the trip. And we're going to once again go to commercial here. Of course, tied at 7, but Josh Allen, the Buffalo offense, getting a second shot at putting points on the board. Oh, yeah, I am. Yeah, we're pretty congested tonight. But I think that's definitely a good showing from that Buffalo defense, especially after getting a lot of wind taken out of them by having a Bijan Robinson fumble wiped out by an offsides penalty. So I think that'll definitely give them a lot of momentum. Of course, got the false start on first down. I think that kind of set the tone for the rest of that 3 and out for the Falcons. Also surprised that we, didn't see I think Bijan Robinson has 2 carries at this point, but definitely was surprised to see Tyler Algier pick up the first rushing touchdown. Of course, that was a pretty explosive play as well, picking up 19 yards. But of course, we'll have to see how this continues. We'll have to see if the Bills' offense can continue to keep up their momentum as we move later and later into this game. Oh, all right. Definitely gonna have to. I'm definitely gonna have to, grab a drink at some point. Not beer. We made that mistake this weekend, and I think that's kind of why I'm sick. Yeah, again, we're chilling out on this Monday night. I try to do every try to do a game or two. Just if you are brand new here, try and do every Steelers game that I can, and then try and do a game every Monday night. We'll see. We'll get some mixes in there, just depending on personal availability. But hey, we enjoy football, and if I can share that with some of you, that's always great. Next Monday as well is another doubleheader. I'll almost certainly be doing Bucks Lions, which kicks off at 6. As we have another doubleheader, the other game kicking off at 9. But of course, coming out of commercial here. So again, gonna have to see if the reigning MVP Josh Allen and his offense can get back to work. Excuse me. I formation here for Buffalo, though. Allen under center, going to be handoff. Fakes the handoff to Cook. Allen looking down the right-hand side again, but it's going to be knocked up. It's a great play by the Atlanta defender. Knox was open, but it's number 0 for Atlanta, basically completely blind, just running back towards his man, getting his hands up and being able to knock the ball away, and forcing the first Josh Allen incompletion of the night. That's Divine Diablo. Getting the break up there. Of course, one of the best names in the NFL. Picking that one up. That'll make it 2nd down and 10 now. Clock stops with 6:21 left to go in the first. 2nd and 10. Allen in the gun. Cook lined up to his right. Shakir going in a bit of an orb motion. Will go back to the far side. Allen fakes the handoff, fakes the screen. Going to run it himself, but only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. And then going to get forced right back down onto the seat of his pants. It's Ebikite getting the stop there. And so no gain on the Allen run. And just, as quickly as we saw that second Atlanta drive look like a 3-and-out, now the Bills with a 3rd and long of their own and at big risk of stalling out. So Allen, again, going to be a tall order here to try and get a completion done. 3rd and 10, it's going to be empty set. It's going to be it is going to be 3 potential wide receivers to the far side. Atlanta showing blitz. They're going to bring 5. Allen has to escape to his right. Going to throw it to looking for Shakir. Did he come down with that? That is an incredible work by Allen extending the play. And if that stands, it's going to be an incredible catch by Khalil Shakir falling away towards the sidelines. Bills going up tempo here. Don't want to even give Atlanta a chance to potentially challenge us. It was on the Atlanta sideline. Challenge flag is out. So there was a load of appeals from the Atlanta sideline that was an incomplete pass. So Atlanta will challenge with 5:19 here to go in the first. And so we'll take a look now. And that I think will be incomplete there. It looks like his right foot, as Shakir got it, was out of bounds, and it was. So that will go down as an incomplete pass. So almost a great play there by Khalil Shakir. But it does look like it will be back-to-back 3-and-outs for both offenses in this one. So we'll be seeing the Bills punting it back out in just a sec. They did go back to commercial, though, so we will have another brief break before we get back rolling. I mean, I think a cool thing that I maybe could have done is I could have grabbed the throwback logos for both of these teams. I don't know. If the game gets boring enough, you'll see the logos switch at some point to the Bills and Falcons throwbacks that they are both rocking tonight. But definitely it's still been an interesting game so far. Definitely hasn't been an uneventful game. But hasn't been I wouldn't call this a barn burner yet. Well, again, there's still a lot of time for this to continue. And again, we're just going to continue to enjoy some NFL football. And of course, if you're interested in swinging by for some commentary every now and again, would always appreciate a like and a subscribe if you are new. Again, you'll see a large, in terms of actual videos that you see posted, it'll mostly, more often than not, be some Steelers stuff. We'll see, depending on as stuff grows, may start branching out into more stuff. But especially since, hey, especially since we're right now pretty Steelers centric, so we're gonna stick with that. We'll still enjoy the Monday night games and the Monday night commentaries on that front, but always appreciate you swinging by when you get the chance. Oh, all right, now I get a chance to catch my breath during a commercial break. But yeah, so Michael Penix and the Falcons offense going to be getting the ball back here. So we'll be coming to commercial. We'll be heading to commercial here. And, of course, that incompletion helped a lot by a lot of pressure being on Josh Allen as he tried to throw that football on 3rd and long. But Mitch Wishnowsky out for the first time today. And the Bills punt unit getting some good coverage on this first attempt. Punt is away cleanly, but it's going to go out of bounds. I think just inside the Atlanta 40, so no return. So effectively just dueling punts. And Atlanta will take over from where their drive ended last, except it'll be 1st and 10 instead of 4th down and 13. Some interesting college football coming up. Ole Miss at Georgia and Tennessee at Alabama. So some pretty big matchups coming up this week. But it'll be 1st and 10 Atlanta once again. 5:25 left to go now in this first quarter. Of course, as they show highlights of Bears Commanders, we'll be sure to kind of give you those in case you're not watching both games. But Penix in the pistol. It's Algier behind him. London goes in motion out a little bit wider. Takes a snap here. It's going to be handoff to Algier. Running left. Going to go up the middle, but not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Going to be a loss of 1 there. So a good stop by this Buffalo defense. Zach Harrison looked to be the first man on the scene there. Where they're showing all the ways they've been deploying Bijan Robinson here. So lots of motion, just trying to, keep Bijan Robinson from being too much of a factor. It's going to be 2nd and 11 here. Again, very interesting, formation here. Penix takes a snap, looking left, firing, complete to Bijan Robinson, up over the 40, but gets hit almost immediately. It's going to be a pickup of 8 yards there, but a big hit onto the Atlanta running back who picks up, I believe, his first reception of the night. It's going to make it 3rd down and 3 here. It's great work. It's A.J. Epinesa on the big tackle on the Atlanta running back. So 3rd down and 3 now for the Falcons. Penix in the gun, trips bunch to the near side. To Penix right. London going to go in motion, but will stay on that far side. Bills bringing 4. It's going to be thrown to the right, intended for Pitts, but there's going to be a flag here. It looks like it's going to be a hold on the Buffalo defense. Tre'Davious White was on coverage on Kyle Pitts. And it's going to be pass interference on Buffalo. It is Tre'Davious White who gets called for it, but spot foul and an automatic 1st down. So it's going to be effectively a 5-yard penalty, and I don't know about that one. It seemed to be pretty even hand fighting between Tre'Davious White and Kyle Pitts, but already the 4th penalty of the night for the Buffalo Bills. And Sean McDermott certainly looking unhappy. But 4th penalty of the night for Buffalo, 35 yards accrued on that side. Penix in the pistol. Bijan is the single back. We got a flag once again here. So already our 6th penalty of the night. It's going to be a false start here on Kyle Pitts. So again, it's the same thing that we saw in that previous drive. It was a false start on first down, putting Atlanta behind the sticks. Will that play repeat itself? 4:03 left to go in the first. So one of the tight ends lined up to Penix's right here in the gun. Robinson going to go in the orbit motion. He'll line up behind Penix now. It's going to be a handoff to Robinson, running left, going to get cut up the middle, going to get up over the 45, and get tackled just shy of the Atlanta 49-yard line. So again, another nice pickup there. I believe it's going to be about 7 yards there. It'll make it 2nd down and 8. And Atlanta looking to go a little bit up-tempo here as we get under 4 minutes left to go. Again, lined up in the pistol again. Robinson is the single back with 2nd and 8. Quick check at the line by Penix as they hurried up to the line, but no huddle here. Play clock winding down to 7. Penix takes snap to be handoff again to Robinson, this time running right, except he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage. He'll fall forward and still pick up a yard. But it's a great play there by Bernard on the Buffalo defense to keep Bijan from blasting too far forward. That'll make it 3rd down and 7 now, as Atlanta with another chance to potentially keep this drive alive. So to break the huddle, again, pretty early here. And again, Penix, we're seeing that in the gun, but with a tight end lined up to Penix's right. Bunch trips to the far side. London, again, coming in motion in the near side, but going back out. Penix looking, firing, left side, complete. Drake London into Buffalo territory, down inside the 40, down to the 35, and he's not wrapped up until he gets all the way down to the Buffalo 32. So Drake London has been very effective tonight, finding those little holes in the Buffalo zones. And it's been a lot of just kind of hooks and, hook curl routes. And again, you got a whole bunch of guys there. Also, that ball just going past Gregory Russo's outstretched hand as he almost had an opportunity to bat that down. London, already 54 receiving yards on the night. It's going to be handoff to Robinson, running left down to the 25. Jukes a man. 1st down, 20, down to the 15. Still shedding tacklers. He'll get down inside the 10, all the way to the 9. So Bijan Robinson can now go into work as the Atlanta offense is starting to find some momentum and some rhythm here. And again, it's great blocking up front from the Atlanta offensive line to be able to give Bijan that sort of running room. And at that point, when you have the talent of the man out of Texas to make guys further down the field miss, it's always something great to have. Penix in the gun here. 1st and goal from the 9. Robinson in the orbit motion will now be lined up behind Penix. Going to be handoff to Robinson. Going to have to stutter step behind the line of scrimmage, and he'll fall forward. I think he'll just about get back to the line of scrimmage. But a horde of Bills, again, doing a nice job at keeping Robinson contained, where you'll see, I think, some of these breakouts now and again. But I think for the most part, you'll see Bijan Robinson kind of be contained here, at least a lot on those kind of orbit packages. Under a minute left to go now in the first quarter. Tied at 7, but Atlanta threatening. As the clock continues to run here, we'll probably be looking at the final play of the first quarter. 43 seconds left to go now, and clock rolling. Penix in the pistol. It's Algier behind him. Receiver going in motion to the far side. It's going to be fakes the handoff to Algier left. Penix looking to throw for Kyle Pitts, but it's out past his outstretched hand as Penix had a Buffalo defender bearing down on him, so rushed the throw a little bit. That's going to bring up 3rd and goal now with 32 seconds left to play. And again, defensive end doing a nice job at reading the plays, staying home, not allowing Penix to roll out. So line up in the pistol once again. Again, 32 seconds left. Robinson lined up behind Penix. 3 wide receivers spread to the far side. Bills defense trying to communicate something at the line. Not exactly sure what's going on. Penix takes the snap. Bosa pushing towards him. Fires towards the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Drake London. Right at the goal line. Reaches towards the end zone. And Atlanta has their 2nd touchdown of the night. It's Drake London from 9 yards out to give Atlanta a 13-7 lead and of course with a PAT pending. But again, a great play there from Drake London to, get, again, it's another hook look, and Penix doing a nice job getting the ball right to him, and London does the rest, still fights through the defender. 9 plays, 66 yards in 5 minutes there. And Atlanta, before the end of the first quarter, retakes the lead. Of course, lined up for the point after attempt. Snap, hold, kick. It's up, and it's good. So Atlanta now takes a full 7-point lead with 26 seconds left to go here in the first quarter as Michael Penix connects with Drake London, who has already had one hell of a night. Again, Penix just doesn't... Again, we've seen a bunch of really nice play from both quarterbacks being able to sell where they want to go with the football to these defenses, and those safeties have been biting all night. And again, it's good coverage as well. From that, there was number 7 for Buffalo on the coverage. Again, very, very tight coverage from Teron Johnson. But again, it's just a good play from Drake London to be able to turn that into a full 7 points. So not going to commercial break here, so we'll kick it away. But Drake London on the night, 6 targets, 5 catches for 64 yards and a touchdown. So I'm very glad that I'm pretty sure I'm not playing Drake London this week. I'm not, am I? I need to make sure. Kick is away, though. Going to be fielded up at the near side. 5, 10, 15, up to the 20, up to the 25, and going to be upended right there. So, again, some good special teams coverage that we've seen so far in this one. I'm not playing against Drake London, correct? No, I'm playing against Keon Coleman and Jaden Daniels in my money league. So Allen now going to have to find a response again. 20 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. But yeah, again, what looks like it should be the final play of the first quarter. Allen going under center. James Cook is the single back. Motion in the near side. Allen takes snap, hands it off. Cook up the middle. Gonna go nowhere. Gonna be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. It's gonna go for a loss of 1. I believe it was Onyemata first in there for Atlanta. And that'll take us into the second quarter. Buffalo, when we come back, it'll be 2nd down and 11. Well, your score right now is Atlanta 14, Buffalo 7, as we move into the second quarter. All right. I know I do have Bijan in a league. I have Josh Allen in a league. So I got some pretty decent names in this one. But yeah, I mean, I think the Bills defense has been a little bit frustrating in the early stages, at least going off of what I just saw briefly from a Bills fan. But again, gonna be really, it's gonna be very much on Josh Allen here to keep this team in it. So we'll see how some of this continues. Probably need to grab actually, no, I don't. I'm having an Alka-Seltzer before bed tonight. Which should hopefully help. Again, not only do the Steelers have a short week, I have a short week. Because, I'm going to try to stream on Thursday. Actually, I have to figure out that setup as well. Because normally I'm just going off of... I try to stream whenever I'm available, whenever a game is available for me on Fubo. But that's not always the case. Of course, Thursdays are on Prime. So I got to get that figured out. That or just, do some sailing the seas and figure it out that way. But again, 14-7 in the break between the first and second quarter at the moment. Though of course you could always click on one of the bots that every once in a while will pop up on streams. That's always an option. That's always something you can do. I wouldn't recommend it, but that's something you can do. Let's see. I'm gonna keep an eye. I don't know what I did on my like Steelers Browns post game reaction, but somehow it's absolutely gone off, and I have no idea why. Whereas I mean, just to like give you an idea, the first couple of like post game reactions, like week one was 111, week two was 124, week three was 68, week four was or the actually no that was would have been actually this is week six, isn't it? This is week six. Whoops, I forgot about that. So the thumbnail is wrong. Even I'm getting screwed up by the Steelers bye week. But second down and 10 for the Bills. Allen takes snap, empty backfield, looking, firing down the left-hand side, looking for Keon Coleman. It's going to fall incomplete there. A.J. Terrell on the coverage. So that'll make it third down and 10 now. But yeah, I don't know what I did. But yeah, this week's reaction is up to almost 500 views, and I'm not sure what I did. But apparently it worked. So we'll keep that going. Ugh. So third and 10 now. Bunch trips to the near side. Both the offense and the defense doing a lot of checks. Takes a snap. Big rush for Atlanta. Allen over the middle. Complete. It's going to be Khalil Shakir. Makes two guys miss. Up over the 35 and picks up a first down. Gets up as far as the 40. It's an outstanding effort by the Buffalo wide receiver to pick up the first down. That's going to be good for, I think it's about 16 yards. And a big Buffalo first as Atlanta brought a huge rush, bringing 6. Allen does a good job staying in there, find his man. And then, yeah, it's just great work from Khalil Shakir, sidestepping 2 Atlanta defenders. And again, it's just great work there. So Buffalo keeping the drive alive here early in the second quarter. First down and 10, now working from just shy of their own 41. Allen under center. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff, rolling slightly to his right. Allen fires over the middle, complete. That's to Josh Palmer again. Oh, and Palmer's in a lot of pain. There is a flag there as well. It's a good completion there. Sorry, it's D. Alford. It's going to be holding on the defense as well. So that penalty is going to be declined. But Palmer in a lot of pain immediately. As soon as a tackle went in, it did look like a hip drop as well. So we'll see if that is a factor in any NFL, I don't want to say punishment decisions, but that feels like the only word. And they're actually going to cut to commercial very quickly here with about 14 minutes left in the first half. But yeah, at commercial once again. Yeah, I feel like every time I do this, I am reminded more and more of the importance of drinking water. Oh, oh boy. All right. Yeah, I don't know what to say at this point. I feel like I've covered everything that I needed to. Uh, yeah, of course, hoping that Josh Palmer, who's in a great start to this game, of course, had that big opening catch, and also just picked up his second there for a nice first down. Was another big thing. But we'll have to, again, hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he was just rolled up awkwardly. But it certainly wasn't a good look there. And we'll have to wait to see how some of this continues. But still commercial here early in the second quarter. That reminds me, I need to get some running going. I need to get back to running. Ugh. Palmer is up and walking, but he's limping to the blue tent as we come out of commercial here. And yeah, it could be ankle, it could be knee, but definitely went down very awkwardly. But Buffalo into Atlanta territory here at the Atlanta 44. It's going to be a toss to Cook running left. Going to get only about 2 yards there before he's shepherded out of bounds by a number of Atlanta defenders. It's going to make it 2nd down and 8. So Buffalo not only a little bit light at secondary now, but also getting a little bit light at the wide receiver spot. So 2nd down and 8. I imagine we'll be seeing a lot of James Cook here. But Falcons' best pass defense in the NFL coming into this game. Allen takes a snap, looking, pumps, stands in the pocket, steps up now, trying to escape. Not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. It will go down as a sack, but it's only going to be a loss of 1 there. What is that name? That's number 98 for Atlanta. I got to check that name. That is Rook Ororo? Orhorhoro. The second defensive end is another Buffalo player down. I believe they just mentioned that it is the center, Connor McGovern. So very not good for Buffalo as they start to pick up more and more injuries here. But again, getting all the commercials. So that's very not good. So it could be big risk here. Oh, hey, they're bringing back the Monopoly thing at McDonald's. That's nice. Good for them. Strong will be interesting. Hopefully. I don't know. Definitely need to look at that. But that was. Forgot that I did caffeine in there again this morning after doing it yesterday. Oh, but yeah, a commercial break here again with Connor McGovern being banged up for the Bills. Hopefully he is okay. Once again, commercial break. I thought about wearing the flannel tonight, but I mean, granted, I am in a white T-shirt and the Bills are in their full whites, but it was white T-shirt or red and black flannel, and I don't know. I feel like I don't have a horse in this game. We're just here to enjoy it. I think technically for the Steelers, it's better for us if the Bills lose, because that technically locks us in the 2 seed through 6 weeks, which is wrong, and definitely will not last. But the Colts are currently at the top of the AFC no matter what happens, which is even more weird. So who knows what's happening anymore? All right, we are coming out of commercial. Now it's McGovern heading to the blue tent. So we're taking a look at the replay here to see what happened to McGovern. And again, similarly, just kind of got, rolled up, got just kind of twisted around awkwardly again as somebody tried to shed a tackle. Keon Coleman is getting taped up here. It does look to be an ankle concern for the Buffalo wideout. It's 3rd and 8 here. Buffalo 2 of 3 on 3rd downs, which is pretty impressive considering their average distance to go has been 11 yards. And Atlanta showing pressure here. Backup center in the game for Buffalo. Allen takes snap. Big rush for Atlanta. Allen trying to escape. He's going to go down back in Buffalo territory. They're going to mark him down back at the 44. It's Divine Diablo they're celebrating. And so a big loss there as Atlanta brings the heat. And Buffalo gonna have to punt again. So big moments from this Atlanta defense early. So again, Atlanta just bringing 6, and that's enough to get the job done. There's about 3 Atlanta defenders getting in there as well. The ball did come out. It was recovered by Buffalo. But they will still punt it away here on 4th and 22 regardless. A bit of a pressure, but not too much. Punt is away cleanly. Going to be fielded at the 15. Fair catch signal just shy of the 15 very faintly. So almost got lit up. With 11:51, the Atlanta offense will take back over here. 1st down and 10 from their own territory. Hockey could be a fun thing to do as the year progresses. Doing some hockey commentary. Of course, I am a very big Pittsburgh homer, having grown up there. So, Pens, Pirates, Steelers. Also Arsenal, which is, I feel like, kind of fitting because they're very Steelersy. But 1st and 10, 11:51 to go in the half. McGovern also out of the blue tent now, and he is walking around. Penix in the pistol, Robinson behind him. More motion from Atlanta. Penix fakes the handoff. We got a flag. Penix is going to go down and get sacked. Joey Bosa comes away with the sack. We'll see what the flag is for. Offsides all in Buffalo. So Buffalo getting flagged so much tonight. I believe that's Ed Oliver getting flagged this time. Actually, no, it's number 91 for the Buffalo getting called for offsides. Oh, no, that is Ed Oliver. Apologies. I thought Oliver was 97 for a moment, but that is Bosa. So that'll be 1st and 5. So instead of a 5-yard loss, it is a 5-yard gain. 5th penalty of the night for Buffalo already, and we're not even halfway into the second quarter. Penix in the pistol once again. Tight end coming in motion. Hand off to Robinson, running right, going to get up over the 20, 1st down up to the 30, 35, 40, 45, man to beat, sheds the tackler, and he's off to the races. There's one guy who can catch him. He will not. Bijan Robinson, gone. 85 yards. If I'm not mistaken, that's going to be 80 yards, 81 on a huge rushing touchdown. And Atlanta out to a 2-score lead incredibly quickly here with the massive Bijan Robinson run. And Atlanta with all of the momentum right now. And again, I think it's just, just great work from this Atlanta O-line. Giving Bijan Robinson that opportunity, just giving him that running lane, because nobody touches him until he's at the 30-yard line. And then it's just a matter of shitting that last man. And he is absolutely gone. PAT is up. PAT is good. But yeah, giving Bijan Robinson that massive opportunity there. And again, Bijan Robinson going to be the man to watch for the rest of this night. 81 yards. And with 11:09 left to go in the second quarter, this could very quickly turn into an absolute rout. We'll go to commercial once again. Yeah, this is... I didn't do too much scouting before this, but this is not what I expected. This is a huge, huge surprise so far. But yeah, at commercial once again. And now it's on Josh Allen to respond. I mean, this is a, I don't know how much of this moment, but, you got the Pats finding some momentum. So if you're the Bills, yes, the AFC isn't super competitive this year. Obviously, the Bengals having a down year. The Ravens having a really down year. The Chiefs aren't even necessarily operating at 100%, even if they were able to take down the Detroit Lions yesterday. But just a bunch of good signs early. And so we'll see if they can continue it going. I think health definitely a big concern. But, again, this Atlanta O-line has performed very, very well against what's a very solid Buffalo front seven. Again, injuries are going to be a bit of a concern in today's game. But, you don't score 21 points in 20 minutes by accident. So I think there's a whole bunch of things to consider there. Oh, but yeah, definitely gonna have to grab some fluids before too long. But I'm gonna grab fluids at the next commercial break, probably because we're gonna be coming back fairly shortly. Actually, while I got a chance, I do need to start scouting Steelers Bears tickets because that's before too much longer. It was great blocking all around. Casey Washington, they were highlighting as well, throwing a great block. Field of the goal line on the kick return, 10 to the 15 to the 20. Going to be met at the 22 and taken down immediately. And Atlanta with all of the momentum in all three facets of play right now. As again, that's another great play. Oh, Jesus, $330? What the fuck? Okay, so I might not be going to Bears Steelers. Yeah, $330 is a little bit much. I don't know if I'm going to be going to that. First and 10, though, Buffalo from their own 22. Josh Allen and this offense trying to find a response. They're going to motion into an offset eye here. Tight end now coming in motion to the near side. Hand off to Cook, going up the middle. He's going to shed a couple of tackles. He's going to get as far as the 27, though. So a nice 5-yard pickup there on first down. So it's going to be second down and 5 as Buffalo now has to, really try to make sure that they find a little bit of offensive momentum to let them still have an opportunity in this game. They're actually going to call it a 6-yard pickup there, so it's going to be second down and 4. Buffalo from their own 28 as Washington and Chicago just kicking off. But handoff up the middle to Cook. He's going to pick up a first down and more, up with a 35, up over the 40, and all the way to the 42-yard line. So James Cook now trying to do what he can to work towards a Buffalo response. Connor McGovern, by the way, is back in the game for Buffalo. We'll see a left knee concern for McGovern. Palmer, meanwhile, is still on the sidelines. They're just showing him now. Still pretty gingerly with his helmet off, back by the bench. Allen, handoff once again to Cook up the middle. Going to cut right, but only going to pick up about a yard and a half there before he's taken down by Xavier Watts of the Falcons. So it's going to make it second down and 8. But again, good plays from this Atlanta defense, kind of shutting down some of these early rushes. But again, James Cook has, I don't know if he's necessarily that same generational level of talent that you would consider Bijan is, especially with where Bijan was drafted. But James Cook, certainly no slouch. Allen in the pistol. Cook going to now motion from behind him to his right. 9:13 left to go in the half. Allen sitting in the pocket, trying to dance around, directing traffic, pumps. Now has to try and take off to his left. He's going to continue to look, going to fake the throw, going to take off running now, and only going to make it as far as the 49-yard line. They may spot him at the 50 now. And it's great work by Allen to still make something of that. Again, still makes it third and manageable as Allen just trying to direct traffic, just trying to keep the play alive, trying to do something with the football. Thought he might have something for a second, but then just did take off. So we'll be third down here regardless after the Allen scramble. It's going to be 3rd and 3, so it's going to be about 5-yard pickup there on second down. 8.5 now left to go in before the halftime break. Buffalo, 2 of 4 on third down stay. Allen in the gun, running back to his right. Receiver coming in motion. Takes the snap as the play clock expires. Allen over the middle, going to spike it at the feet of his intended receiver. Again, got pressure coming in on Allen. I think we're seeing the punt unit. Keaton Ellis was the one who got the pressure in on Allen. And yeah, we're going to see another punt here. So once again, a Buffalo drive stalls out. It was a pretty ferocious Atlanta defense here in the early stages. I think that the shutout loss to Carolina not long ago was maybe a bit of a wake-up call. Of course, coming off the bye, going to have a good chunk of momentum here. Punt is away, but 14-point advantage in Atlanta. The Atlanta offense about to get the ball back. Ball bounces at the 5, and going to keep it out of the end zone. It's great work coverage by the Buffalo special teams, keeping that out of the end zone. But Atlanta now going to take back over at their own 5-yard line. So a lot of struggles here early for this Buffalo offense, and they got to wake up. They got to get something going, because with 8:09 in the second quarter, it's a 14-point Atlanta lead as we once again head to a commercial break. Oh, that will give me an opportunity to go grab some water, so I'm going to do that real quick. Oh, be right back. We got plenty of water to sip on now, because I have to just pound fluids at this point. Oh boy. All right. Oh. Oh boy. But yeah. I mean, again, if Atlanta can keep up this momentum, I don't know if there's anything Buffalo can do. But they played with moxie here in the early stages tonight. It's been really impressive. Ugh. Oh boy. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. If you're Buffalo, you got to get something going. I know you got the injury concerns, but you got to get, defensive 3 and out here would be a good start, but that offense needs to get some consistency going. I mean, I think Josh Allen's playing decently well, but Atlanta's dialing up a load of pressure and getting to him. Obviously, a lot of his top passing options are unavailable tonight. So, it's been a struggle. And a large part of that first Buffalo touchdown drive was on that first big pass play from the first play from scrimmage. Ugh. But 8:09 left to go here in the first half. Penix in the pistol. It is Robinson lined up behind him. Receiver now going in motion to the far side. Penix, handoff to Robinson, running left. This one only going to go for 2, maybe 3 yards. So again, just get some extra room here. Chicago, by the way, picks up a field goal on their opening drive. So it's currently 3-0 Bears. I mean, that could be some. Maybe that's a final week of the season thing. Just throw like a couple of mini scorebugs down towards the bottom for if we are in a big game there. 2nd down and 7, so 3-yard pickup. Atlanta now at their own 8. Penix in the gun. Robinson now going in the orbit motion, will be lined up behind Penix. Snap. Robinson running left. Gets up over the 10, just shy of the first down at the 15. It's going to be 3rd down and just shy of 1 as Robinson makes his way up to the 14. So going to be another 6 yards there to Robinson's total. So 3rd and 1. So 2 of 3 for Atlanta now on third down. Robinson going to check out of the game on 3rd and 1, so it's going to be Algier in the game as the single back. 2 tight end look, 2 wide receivers also spread to the far side. It's going to be a sneak up the middle for the Falcons. It's going to be one of the tight ends going for it. It's going to be close. Maybe about half a yard. It looks like they got it. They are signaling on the field that Atlanta does pick it up. It was Felipe Franks getting up there for the sneak, picking up that first down. Ugh. Oliver now checking out of the game as his helmet, I think, popped off in that on that sneak. Apologies, it seems like his helmet got damaged. So Ed Oliver needs a new lid. But fresh set of downs for Atlanta. And I imagine they're going to go back to the run here. Algier remains in the game. Penix takes snap, fakes the handoff to Algier. Stepping up in the pocket, throwing deep over the middle, complete. It's Drake London again. This one all the way up to the 40. So this is going to be good for 27 yards and another Atlanta first down. So the Penix to London connection continues to go to work tonight. And again, the play action now is starting to be a factor, as that run game has really gashed this Buffalo defense, especially on that 81-yard Bijan Robinson touchdown rumble. Penix in the pistol here, working from the Atlanta 42 now. Penix takes snap, handoff, fakes the handoff to Algier. Penix now escaping to his left. He's going to take off running up over the 45 and going to step out of bounds just shy of midfield. It's going to be a pickup of, we'll call it, 7 yards there. They're showing a replay here and mentioning how it's a great anticipation throw, and it was. London really wasn't available out of that route. So definitely a lot of trust between the quarterback and his wide receiver on that 27-yard strike to London. 2nd and 3, though. Again, at the 49 now. Receiver coming in motion now to the near side. 2nd and 3. It's going to be handoff to Algier running right. Going to get back to the line of scrimmage and going to get up to midfield, but not going to get much more than that. It's going to make it 3rd down and 2. Good play by the Buffalo defense to shut down that rushing attempt. Let's see, they're highlighting number 8 for Buffalo. It's Terrell Bernard, who had a big play on that stop. So 3rd and 2, 4:20 left to go in the third quarter. Falcons have been very efficient on 3rd down tonight. 3 of 4 so far. Algier remains in the game as the single back in the pistol. Penix fakes the handoff, rolling to his right. Continuing to look, fires downfield, it's caught. Kyle Pitts down inside the Buffalo 40 does a nice job to pick up the first down on that design rollout. And so again, Atlanta continues to roll, and now you're seeing that play action start to work. So again, if Atlanta gets another touchdown here, this game quickly could become out of reach. Penix tonight, 8 of 10 for 107 yards and a touchdown. In the gun now. Tight end lineup to his right. It's going to be an outside zone to Robinson on that orbit motion and get back to the line of scrimmage, but only going to get a yard before he's tackled by a number of Buffalo defenders. Christian Benford leading the way on that stop. So 2nd down and 9, as Atlanta continues to be a really big threat here, continuing to put a drive together against this Buffalo defense, I should say. Atlanta, 265 yards already tonight. Buffalo, only 127. 2nd and 9 from the Buffalo 39. Penix in the gun. Tight end lined up to his right. Takes a snap. 4-man rush for the Bills. Penix looking left, firing. It's going to be just out of the reach of Bijan Robinson. It was Tre'Davious White on the coverage. So it's going to make it 3rd down and 9 now. Ugh. again, we'll see how much energy I can continue to have throughout this one. But 2:46 left to go. Clock stop after the Penix incompletion. In the gun once again, 3 wide receivers to the near side. Buffalo showing blitz. They're going to bring 4. Penix firing. Going to be a little bit loopy. It's going to be complete to Robinson, but it's only going to be good for 7 yards down to the Buffalo 33. So not quite able to pick up that first down. Potentially looking at running down to the 2-minute warning. Gregory Rousseau might have actually gotten a hand to that. Actually, no, it was a little bit, a bit of a looping ball. Actually, no, it was Gregory Rousseau that got a hand to it. Apologies. But offense stays out on the field here on 4th and 3. Penix in the pistol. Robinson lined up behind him. And they are going to let it roll down to the 2-minute warning here. So we will have the 2-minute warning here in the first half. Score remains Atlanta 21, Buffalo 7. But with Atlanta threatening again. Raheem Morris is guys. Raheem Morris is a pretty damn good coach. He's got his guys absolutely fired up for this one. Ugh. Oh, more water. Yeah, I need this water. Holy shit. Ugh. I'm gonna give it a 9-4. Game's been an hour and 16 minutes so far, so that's pretty solid. So we got what? We got 15 minutes for halftime, 20 minutes for halftime. If we keep going at this pace, it'll be decent. If this stream could be under 3 hours, that would be pretty solid. I don't see it happening, but who knows? Who knows? Ugh. We got 21-7. Atlanta will have 4th and 3 from the Buffalo 33 when we get back to plan. Buffalo definitely have to make some major adjustments at halftime. I think we'll have to see if they can get together any sort of response, because they really haven't gotten much of anything yet. Ugh. Yeah, I gotta do dishes tonight. I gotta remember that. And I gotta clean the stovetop too, because, yeah. Alright. Gotta make sure to do that. Yeah, we'll have to see, will Atlanta leave the offense out on the field here? They've had all the momentum here in the early stages, and they are going to leave the offense out on the field. 4th and 3 out of the 2-minute warning. Washington also not getting points on their first drive as Chicago takes back over. Penix in the gun. London spread out wide to the right. Robinson in the slot. He'll go in motion now to the far side. Penix takes a snap over the middle. Incomplete. The Buffalo defense stands firm. Great play there by Teron Johnson. And so Atlanta will not get extra points on the board here. And again, cover one whole look by Buffalo. So got a linebacker just staying in zone in the middle. You got one deep safety, and everybody else is man. But incomplete there. So 1st and 10 for Buffalo. Got an opportunity now to put points on the board before the break. And Buffalo also gets the ball back after halftime. So an opportunity to double dip, starting from their own 34-yard line. Atlanta showing pressure here. 3 wide receivers spread to the far side. Atlanta bringing 4. Allen throwing to his left, complete for Khalil Shakir. Keon Coleman there. So going to be good for 5 on the first completion of the night to him. So clock continues to roll under 1 minute 40 seconds now. Pick up a 4. Second down and 6. Allen takes a snap. Former rush again for Atlanta. Allen trying to step up in the pocket and fires. It's going to be ruled incomplete on the field. Alford on coverage. We're taking a look at the replay here. Oh, that might be it. That's very close. That's might be an incredible catch by Moore. That's a catch. That's a great catch. So it'll be a 6-yard gain here for the Buffalo Bills. But yeah, that's a great catch there. Who was on the catch there? Who was that, 19? Who the hell is 19? Oh, sorry, it's Elijah Moore. It's 18. It's Elijah Moore. Picking up a great, just fingertip grab, keeping the ball just about off the ground. There's, maybe an inch between the tip of that football and the ground. I think it should be over. The call on the field should be overturned, so Buffalo should pick up the first down. And importantly as well, this will stop the clock. So that gives Buffalo more time to strategize here. As time winds down in the first half. Yeah, I don't want to getting 6 sucks. But hopefully you're enjoying this game if you are watching along with me or enjoying the commentary. If you are just swinging by for a little bit, we get a commercial break here for an official review on what should be the Elijah Moore catch. Yeah, I need so much goddamn fluids. Oh. Yeah, definitely need a better early tonight. Holy shit. But yeah, again, hopefully we'll be recovered before Thursday night. But we'll have to wait and see. They're going it incomplete still. No, that's not a good. I understand there not being enough to overturn there, but I think that's a catch. So it's going to be 3rd down and 6 now for Buffalo. Allen takes the snap, looking to his left, fires, looking for Keon Coleman, but it's going to be knocked away, incomplete. A.J. Terrell and the Falcons get another stop. And again, it's great coverage there. Bit of a tug. Keon Coleman appealing for a flag there at the end, but still going to fall incomplete. 1:22 left to go in the half, and the Buffalo punt unit out in the field for, I believe, the 4th time today. But lined up to punt it away, and the punt is away cleanly. Going to hang in the air. Fair catch signal for, and you field it at the 13-yard line. And that's where that Atlanta offense will take back over. There is a flag, so we'll see what the call is there. But yeah, Buffalo just really not getting anything going on offense after that first drive. We'll see what the flag is. There is no flag. So it will be first down in Atlanta with 1:12 remaining Atlanta still with all 3 timeouts. But a great showing here early on. So again, 1-12. Penix in the gun, running back lined up to his right. Looking to throw is Penix. Throws to his left. It's going to be complete for London again, who's going to carry a defender for another 4 yards after making the catch. So it's going to be a pickup of 9 there. Clock going to continue to roll now, under a minute to go. It'll be 2nd down and 1 here for the Falcons. And Penix in the gun, running back lined up to his left. Bills bringing 5. Penix escaping to his left. Going to just throw it away here after he escapes the pocket. Ed Oliver was the main man in pursuit. That'll stop the clock with 42 seconds left. There is a Buffalo defender down here. It's Christian Benford now down. Should be another big loss for the Buffalo defense. Benford's teammates all gathering around him as well. So certainly not great there. But Allen, 5-11 for tonight for 98 yards. And that touchdown has been pretty inefficient after that opening drive. Penix, meanwhile, 122 yards and a touchdown. Allen also has been sacked twice. He's been under pressure a lot, which I think has led to a lot of that inefficiency. Penix, meanwhile, only sacked once. And it has been largely not under pressure here. As that run game doing a nice job at setting it up. Penix is throwing with really nice anticipation here in the early stages. On play action, Drake London, of course, had himself a really great night. But we'll have to see how this continues for the second-year quarterback. But again, 3rd and 1, 42 seconds left. Benford is back on his feet and walked off under his own power, but still being attended to by the training staff. But again, Atlanta 3rd and 1, 42 seconds left. Atlanta still with all 3 timeouts, working from their own 22-yard line. Penix in the pistol. Robinson is the single back. Receiver going much to the far side. It's going to be a handoff to Robinson, running left, going to get up over the 25. He'll pick up the 1st down and get swung down at the 27-yard line. Timeout Atlanta with 37 seconds left after the, 7-yard pickup for Bijan Robinson. Meanwhile, in Washington, Chicago puts another field goal through. It's now 6-0. So Chicago continuing to go to work here. Bijan tonight, 11 carries for 136 yards. Of course, buoyed by that 81-yard touchdown. But still 10 carries for, 55 yards throughout the rest of the game? So still doing some great work there. 37 seconds left. From their own 27 now. Penix, Robinson lined up to his left in the gun. Takes the snap. Penix, good protection. Looking, firing over the middle. Going to be knocked away. Looking for number 82 there. That's, Washington, who he was looking for. But it just falls incomplete. Good coverage there. Tre'Davious White doing a nice job. Yeah, Tre'Davious White gets a hand in there to knock that ball away as it arrived. So 2nd and 10 now. 31 seconds left to go. Teron Johnson was also in there on the coverage, but wasn't getting the hand in there to break it up. Penix in the gun. Again, Falcons trying to pick up some points before half, or some more points before half. Penix looking, firing to the right-hand side. It's going to be just past Drake London. It looked like he just dropped it there. Penix put it right on him. Not sure what happened there. We're looking at the replay now. But Drake London with nobody really close to him. Actually, it is a little bit beyond Drake London. It's a bit of a bulleted throw that's just a little bit wide. So 3rd and 10 now. Atlanta working from their own 27. It's going to be a handoff to Robinson up the middle. Not going to pick up anything here. London and Rapp pushing a little bit after the play. So 21 seconds left. Buffalo calling timeout here. Terrell Bernard now down, but it's going to be 4th and 8. And it's another Buffalo injury. So when is the Bills' bye week as well? Because I think they need it now more than ever. Yeah, it looks like Bernard just kind of gets rolled up on a little bit. It looks to be another ankle injury. So let's see. Actually, I think it's next week. Yeah, it's next. Yeah, Bills have their bye week coming up now, which I think they really need with how this game has gone, especially in terms of injuries. Matthews for Atlanta also limping to the locker room. Bernard up as well and walking to the sideline. The punt unit is out for Atlanta. Buffalo did burn 2 timeouts there, oddly. So 21 seconds left, 4th down and 8. Pinion going to be punting it away again to Codrington. We'll see if we get any special teams magic from Buffalo to try and bridge the gap. Fair catch signal for and fielded at the 30 with 15 seconds left. So been a ton of trench battles here, and that might be why you're seeing some of this attrition. But Buffalo, I assume they're going to try to take a shot, trying to get themselves in field goal range. Chicago as well with the ball back with about a minute and a half left to go in the first. So they're continuing to look threatening here. Allen in the gun. Again, 15 seconds left. Atlanta in prevent. They're going to bring 4. Allen pumps, fires, over the middle. Intercepted! Josh Allen is intercepted as he threw into double coverage. So Atlanta, as Buffalo gets an opportunity to potentially get points on the board, it's a bit of a force in there. It's number 20. It's Alford. It's D. Alford for Atlanta, who comes away with the interception. And that's not even double coverage. It's just man coverage, and it's a great job by Alford, undercutting the route, maybe a little bit underthrown by Allen. But that's big, and that's his 3rd interception of the season. 1st and 10, 7 seconds left, so Atlanta may get into field goal range anyways. So I imagine we'll see them take a bit of a shot downfield here, trying to get themselves What's going on here? Play's getting reviewed real quick. Yeah, it's good. So yeah, just a quick video confirmation there. And actually, you're going to put 10 seconds on the clock. And Bears, by the way, in the red zone just before the end, or just at the end of the first quarter. So 10 seconds, so an opportunity to take some shots, get some better positioning for your kicker. Currently at the Buffalo 49. Penix in the gun. Robinson lined up to his left, and I think we're going to have a timeout by the Bills here. We will have a Buffalo timeout. And this one's looking like a longer one. We're over an hour and a half with this first half. Ugh. Ugh. Josh Palmer, by the way, questionable to return. Penix, though, in the gun here after the Buffalo timeout. London Pitts lined up to the far side. Penix takes the snap, fires, complete to London. He's going to pick up 9 yards there, gets out of bounds. Clock stops with 6 seconds left. So gets Atlanta that little bit closer. He can take maybe another quick play here. Again, 6 seconds remaining in the half. Atlanta trying to pick up some extra points. Buffalo does get the ball to start the second half. At the Buffalo 40 now. Penix in the gun. Looking to throw. Fires quickly up over the middle. Drake London, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Falcons. Wow. 40 yards. Drake London into the end zone. Wow. Time has expired, by the way. We're taking a look at the replay. No, he's going to be just short. He's going to be just short. So almost a massive play there. Just a quick slant. Bit of a blown moment there. So they're going to confirm it. I think it's going to be overturned. So Atlanta had a chance to walk away with 3. Almost walked away with 7. But I think it's going to get overturned here. And yeah, that confirms it. Drake London is out of bounds. So no points for the Falcons before halftime. So the score into half. So that is the end of the half. So it will be halftime with your score: Atlanta 21, Buffalo 7. Chicago, by the way, in the end zone for a touchdown. So looking to improve to 13-0 there. But still a tremendous, tremendous first half for the Atlanta Falcons as we head into the halftime break. All right, well, halftime. So 14 points. Yeah, I mean, Atlanta has just been very dominant in this one. Obviously, yeah, very easily could be a 3-score game. And just with Buffalo, I think you're seeing some of that attrition start to creep in. But even still, they haven't played great is the issue. You know, it hasn't been perfect play. It's been sloppy. The line play hasn't been great. They really haven't gotten the run game going. The pass game has had its moments, but again, because the offensive line has been playing super well, Allen doesn't have a lot of time to sit in the pockets or in the fields. He's having to rush a little bit, and I think that's why you're starting to see some of these throws get a little bit rushed. But again, halftime here: Atlanta 21 and Buffalo 7. Yeah, Drake London and Bijan Robinson going absolutely nuclear tonight. Well, this is giving me a chance to check fantasy, and we're doing pretty well. Oh, Jaden Daniels threw a pick. Yikes, that's probably what led to that touchdown. Yeah, Jaden Daniels currently has -1 point in fantasy. Keon Coleman isn't doing much better. He's at 1.4, so... Yeah, Allen 5 of 12 for 98, touchdown and a pick, 4 carries for 18 yards. Just has not been good. Drake London, as I just said, going nuclear. 9 catches, 147 yards, and the touchdown. It's halftime. That is a huge first half for both Drake London and for Bijan Robinson. So check Bijan Robinson, by the way, 12 rushes, 138 yards, and a touchdown on 2 catches for 14 yards. So that's what? That's 16.2 fantasy points in PPR. That is nuts. Michael Penix, by the way, having a very solid night. 12 of 19, 171 yards, and a touchdown himself. He's been very efficient. He's been getting the job done. He's been able to stretch the field in moments. And again, you're going to see him continue to kind of go to work throughout the night. And with Josh Allen, you gotta be the MVP in the second half. You gotta start to make stuff happen. And you gotta show that talent. You gotta make some plays, and you gotta see some stuff start to happen. Oh, yeah. Again, I don't know what to say at halftime sometimes, especially when it's not my team. But oh, looks like it's been 2 turnovers. Good Lord. Yeah. So 13-0 Bears over the Commanders right now. As Caleb Williams has been very, very efficient tonight. But again, halftime here, 21-7. Yeah, definitely. We're going to let my throat rest for a little bit, if we're going to be completely honest. Yeah. I do got to get some cleanup done tonight before bed, but still has been a very surprising game. But Bills fans, I imagine, are going to be very unhappy. I need to look into it real quick. Do I get a cough drop, actually? I should get a cough drop. One sec. This stream brought to you by Hal's Cough Drops. No, not actually. I just need one. we figure some stuff out as games go along. But yeah, I mean, been very one sided. Also earlier today, Brian Callahan getting fired by the Titans, so we got our first firing of this NFL season, with probably more to come. So going to be a very interesting off season. Cough drop definitely needed. But about 6 minutes before we get underway with the second half. So still some time to, get some stuff done. Maybe grab some dinner, grab a drink of your own, and maybe grab a cough drop of your own. We got Chris Berman on the screen right now, which is always nice. Yeah, I don't know what to say right now. Again, just sitting here, enjoying having a cough drop, enjoying chillaxing. Obviously, it's another week as well where the Steelers win and everybody else in the AFC North loses, which is great. Oh, okay, we're good. Thought my earbud just died. I do listen into the actual broadcast just so that way I can hear more of what hear which players are which. So it definitely helps to listen in, but it does lead to me getting a little bit tongue tied at times. But again, about 5 minutes now before we get underway with the second half. So still some time to chill out for a bit. Oh. All right. No shit, 85 subs. Woo! Continuing to climb. Trying to get to 100 subs. So, still working on that. Can I see? Let's see. Who subbed? Achievements? No. News? No. Analytics? No. Alright. Well, thank you for subscribing if you did so. Always appreciated. Well, what was the sub on? Was it Steelers Browns? Was it? No, it was just one. So it must have been from this stream. So again, if you are watching, thank you so much. Always appreciate a like and a subscribe if you do swing by. Is that an ad on my video? Nope, that is because I clicked off. Because I do have my stream pulled up on my phone just so I can make sure everything is working okay. Don't tell people. Again, still in the halftime break. Ugh. The fact that Ovi is still playing is insane. It's crazy that Ovechkin is still playing. Oh, you can probably hear that. Looking at Looking at my OBS. Ugh. All right. There's definitely something to get more and more comfortable with this. Even whether it's just like, hey, I'm talking to myself in my apartment. I'm sure there's also a little bit of it. The soundproofing also isn't perfect, but could figure that out. Mm. Ugh. All right. Should be. I think coming out of this commercial break, we'll probably be kicking off the third quarter. 1 minute until the second half gets started. So not too long now before we get back underway. I am a little bit delayed as well. Just it's a matter of the way that I watch on Fubo, which is already a little bit. Fubo is delayed from cable, so you know there's going to be some impact there. And then I cast from my phone onto the TV just because it's easier to get set up that way. But again, going to be actually we'll go ahead and update the overlay. But third quarter about to get started. I also actually, for my purposes, you get a quick peek behind the scenes because I screwed up. It's currently week 6. You saw nothing. You didn't see me screw up. You totally can't go look at the thumbnail and see that it's different. Actually, I don't even think my what is the thumbnail for this? I don't remember. You saw nothing. But we are about to get underway at the third quarter. But yeah, Bijan 152 scrimmage yards in that first half. Okay. Big entrance for the halftime show. Driving onto the field in was it a C class? I think it was a Mercedes C class or an AMG C class. Washington, by the way, on the board with a touchdown. It's currently 13-7. Kick is away, meanwhile. Fielded at the 10, up to the 15 on the far sideline, up to the 25, and going to be wrapped up at the 26. So Buffalo still not finding any momentum in the return game here. But yeah, Bills struggling here. We'll see if their offense can get any sort of momentum rolling because you need something here. So many negative plays in the first half and penalties as well, also proving to be a factor. 3 tight end set here for the Bills on 1st and 10, working from their own 26. Hand up the middle, James Cook. Gonna forge forward, gonna bring a couple of guys with him. I think gonna pick up about 8 yards there, gets all the way up to the 34. That'll make it 2nd down and 2. Yeah, Buffalo sends that opening touchdown, 4 punts, and the Allen pick. So you've got to get something going here. Try to get some momentum because this could easily be a 21-point game. You're lucky that it's only 14. Offset eye for the Bills. Tight end going in motion down to the far side. Hand off to James Cook, running left, going to pick up a 1st down, going to get up over the 40 and get wrapped up at the 41. So it's going to be another nice 6-yard pickup for the Bills as they move the sticks here on the opening drive of the second half. So the run game definitely good to see Buffalo get into the run game here. Definitely struggled to get anything going on that front in the first half. Up to 63 yards now are the Bills. Atlanta up at 168, so that's been a big difference in this first half. Allen, the gun running back lined up to his right. Atlanta showing a potential 5-man pressure. They'll bring 5. Allen fires over the middle, complete. That's to Khalil Shakir up to midfield. So that'll be good for 8 yards. So again, I think Buffalo we'll see if Buffalo can find a rhythm here. They're actually going to give him 9. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Jesse Bates on the coverage. Buffalo, though, going back to that 3 tight end look with Cook in the game as the single back. Motion to the near side by one of those tight ends. It's going to be a handoff to Cook up the middle again for another first down. It's only going to be good for about 2 yards before he gets stacked up by a host of Falcons and pushed back. But again, Buffalo continuing to move the chains here early in the second half. And it's been a large part on the legs of James Cook. I believe that's about 20 rushing yards on this drive already. Because he had, I think it's about 18 to 20 yards. Because you had like dueling 8-yard carries. You had a 3 or 4 yard carry in there, and that 2-yard carry for a first. Allen staying under center here, but it's going to be a 3 wide receiver look. 2 of them spread to the far side. 1 going in motion to join them. Will come back to the near side. Play action. Allen standing in the pocket. Good protection. Over the middle. Complete. Down to the 40. That is number 14 for the Bills. That's Tyrell Shavers coming away with it. Of course, Shavers getting more playing time as Josh Palmer got injured early in this one. I imagine we'll see a good bit of Elijah Moore as well. But again, good work by Shavers getting open for his wide receiver. It was Terrell on the tackle after the gain of 7. Again, Allen remains in the game. It's going to be Ty Johnson in the game, though, as the single back. Again, play action. Allen rolling right. Going to throw first down. Actually, apologies. That is not Ty Johnson. That's Ray Davis who is in there as the single back. He's also picking up the reception there, and he'll pick up about 2.5 yards there in the first down on the design rollout. So clock will continue to roll here. So yeah, Ty Johnson, again, doing a nice job picking up that first. Allen also doing a nice job there dealing with pressure. So 1st and 10 again. Buffalo has now worked their way to the Atlanta 35. Handoff to Cook up the middle. Going to do a little stutter step, get up over the 30. First down as he gets over the 25 down to the 23 of Atlanta. So some solid blocking as well. You're seeing some of James Cook's explosiveness here early in the second half. And so Buffalo now looking to try and start to play with a little bit of moxie here. Got some good blocking down the field as well. That was 14 as well, who I should definitely, it was 14 Shavers throwing a nice block downfield as well. Driving those feet, getting that Atlanta DB, getting James Cook a little bit more running room. Motion to the near side. Allen, handoff up the middle again to James Cook. Up over the 20. He's going to get down to the 17-yard line. Deion Dawkins also with a nice block in there. Excuse me. So some of these strengths, so Buffalo's trying to flex a little bit. Already over 5 minutes on this opening drive. Under 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It's going to be a 7-yard pickup there by Cook on first down. He'll check out of the game. So it'll be 2nd and 3 as Buffalo into the Atlanta red zone for only the 2nd time today. Allen, another design rollout to the right. Going to dump it off again. Down to the 10, down to the 5, dives to the end zone. Buffalo into the end zone. It's Ray Davis on the, I believe that's about 20-yard design rollout. It's going to be 16 yards. And Buffalo now potentially starting to find a response to open up this second half as they march down the field to close that gap to 7 points on the strike on the pass. And it's just some great playmaking there from Davis out of the backfield and just dives for the end zone, makes it happen. Your gap is now it's 8 points. PAT pending. 9 plays, 73 yards, 5 minutes, 37 seconds. Snap, hold, kick, up, and good. And now it is officially 21-14 Atlanta. And now it's on the Buffalo defense to try and get something of a response. 9:23 left to go in the third. And we'll go to our first commercial break of the second half as Buffalo cuts into the Atlanta advantage. almost canceled the game cast. Whoops. I mean, hey, still boding well for fantasy. Did Jaden Daniels do a thing? I don't think Jaden Daniels did the thing. What happened? Oh no, it was Jaden. Yeah, it was Jaden Daniels. I just didn't update yet. But we're still doing well in fantasy. I might be 6-0. I'll take that. Also, you're gonna get another brief look behind the curtain. No. All right, yeah, it does update now. All right, well at least I have it fixed now, so that way I get week 7 right. But I don't know. It happens. All right, I gotta take a quick leak, so I will be right back. I had a commercial break just now. They're still showing a replay of that touchdown to Ray Davis. But of course, that drive was really spearheaded by the running of James Cook. 37 rushing yards on 5 attempts of that last drive was definitely the spearhead of that Buffalo attack. We're lined up to kick it away, and the kick is away. Will be returned, fielded on the near side. Atlanta moving right, left, 10, 15, 20, 25, wrapped up at the 27. Great play there. It's Hancock on the tackle. So my phone is starting to get a bit low on battery, so we'll plug that in. Make sure we're ready to go there. My computer should be fine for right now. But yeah, Monday night next week, Bucks, Lions. So it'll be a little bit of a gap between my next streams. But yeah, I think definitely very interesting here. Penix in the pistol. We'll see if this Atlanta offense can get right back to work. Handoff to Robinson, running left. Gonna get up over the 30. Not quite gonna get, actually no, he will get to the 35. Nice second effort, nice push from the Atlanta O-line to make it a 9-yard pickup. Jake Matthews of the Falcons, by the way, out with an ankle injury. I believe that's one of the Atlanta tackles. I believe it's Bergeron will be deputizing for him. Apologies, it is not, but it was the left tackle for Atlanta who did get injured today, and they immediately run to his side, so they have a lot of confidence in him. Pistol once again for the Falcons. It's going to be a handoff to Bijan once again, this time up the middle. He'll do enough to pick up the first down. It'll be a pickup of 1 there, and so that'll move the sticks. Bernard, by the way, also on the sideline. It does not look like he will return. Yeah, we're looking at Bernard on the sideline, just very frustrated here, like visibly. Penix in the gun. You got the tight end lined up to his right again. Effectively, just a fullback and an extra blocker here. Bills showing pressure. Bijan going to go in the orbit motion, now lined up behind Penix. Going to fix the hand. Penix face the handoff. Penix standing in the pocket, pumps, but is going to go down. It's Ed Oliver who's going to end up being the guy who comes away with the sack, and it's going to be a huge loss there on first down. As the Buffalo defense bringing a bit of a delayed blitz there. finds their way home, and Penix nowhere to go with the football. Just pumps. Had about 2 defenders in his face. But yeah, it is Ed Oliver who ends up swinging him to the turf. Back at almost the 20-yard line. Taylor Rapp also in there. But it's going to be a loss of 13 yards on first down. 2nd and 23 now. Second sack of the day for this Bills defense. Pistol formation. Penix, quick screen to Kyle Pitts out to the right. Up over the 30, shedding a tackler. Going to get up to about the 35, so not quite getting back to the original line of scrimmage there. It's going to be 3rd down and about 12 yards there. We'll call it an 11-yard pickup there on first. Kyle Pitts has been pretty quiet tonight, but that's because we've seen so much of the Drake London show early in this one. It's actually going to be 3rd down and 13 officially. Atlanta, 5 of 8 on 3rd downs so far tonight. 6.5 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Penix in the gun. Running back lined up to his right. They're highlighting Pitts lined up next to the O-line. Penix surveying the field. Firing deep down the right-hand side. Looking for London. Going to overthrow his man. So it's going to be incomplete. There is a flag thrown. There is no flag on the play. So it will be, I believe, 4th down now. So the Buffalo defense getting a stop here. And so could that be so I think, could be seeing a big momentum swing on both sides. Yeah, just an overthrow by Michael Penix there. But that's exactly what you need if you are the Buffalo Bills. Atlanta lined up to punt it away. Snap. And away cleanly. Going to be fielded at the 27. Cuts up to the 30, 35, 40. Gets all the way up to about the 42 before he's forced out of bounds. Flag thrown again. Will it remain good field position for Buffalo? As flags flying again. And it's going to be Holman on the Bills, so they're going to bring it back a little bit. So we will have another official timeout here with 6:07 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Bills about to take back over. We'll have to see if they can manage to tie this game up or if the Atlanta defense can get some momentum back going on their side of the ball and get a big stop. But once again, going to commercial break. All right. But yeah, 2 Jake Moody field goals for the Bears. Caleb Williams rushing touchdown. And then Chris Moore with a Jaden Daniels to Chris Moore for the Washington touchdown. And Josh Palmer is officially out of this game. So that's a bit of an update there. So, I don't know if it's necessarily Buffalo feeling confident in the wide receivers that they have on hand. But yeah, Josh Palmer will not return in this game. Oh, all right. Yeah, I don't know what to say at this point. NyQuil could be something as well. I don't know. We'll see. Again, we'll see what continues to happen here, but I don't know. It's been a pretty enjoyable game. Obviously, you had that big Bijan Robinson rushing touchdown, but it's been it's been, I don't want to say it hasn't been a defensive game, but it's been solid. We're coming out of commercial, though. So Josh Allen about to take back over with this Bills offense. Seeing plenty of blue in Atlanta. 3 tight end set again for Buffalo, like we saw early on that first drive. Allen under center, first 10, working from his own 20. Handoff up the middle. James Cook makes a man miss. Sheds a tackler up over the 25, and going to pick up 9 yards there again. Gets up to the 29. So again, this Buffalo run game really starting to find some legs in this second half. Making Onyemata miss. Some good blocking downfield. It's not until he gets to Watts that is a Falcon able to make the tackle. 2nd and 1 now. Offset eye for the Bills. We remain in that 3 tight end personnel. Handoff up the middle to Cook. Going to forge forward. And I think going to stretch and pick up the first down. And it will be a fresh set of downs for the Buffalo Bills. So again, back-to-back run plays there. So again, continue to make the run game work. And I think if you're Buffalo, you're trying to emulate a lot of what Atlanta did in that first half here. You're trying to set up the run. You're trying to make sure that these Atlanta defenders start to bite to try and potentially open up that play action to maybe take some shots deep down the field. They've already matched their rushing total in the first half, just about. 48 rush yards in the first half, 47 already with 4:50 left to go in the third quarter. I formation, handoff, fakes the handoff. Josh Allen makes a man miss, makes 2 miss, gonna try and get rid of the football, and he will. There is a flag thrown. And we got holding on the Falcons. Definitely looks like an Atlanta defender got in there early. So Josh Allen doing a great job there, making 2 defenders miss. And it's A.J. Terrell who's going to get flagged for the hold here. Abakite and Onyemata and, Allen just doing a great job at extending the play. So Bills already up to their 35-yard line, remaining in this 3 tight end personnel. 1st and 10. Allen hands off to Cook, up the middle. Going to get up to about the 40, so a nice 5-yard pickup there. And so again, you're going to, if this is anything to go off of, you're going to keep hearing James Cook's name as this continues. As Bills happy to just continue to run the ball here, as they're starting to find some success. Okororo eventually on the tackle. I should probably look up a pronunciation guide for him, but I'm not because it's funnier. 2nd and 4, so they'll actually call it a gain of 6 as they get to the 41. Allen on their center. Hands it off to Cook once again. He's going to try to go up the middle. He's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage, though. It's Harrison, and I didn't see who else was quite in there. Okay. They have Bills' offensive line personalities, and right tackle Spencer Brown is deemed absolute psycho. So that's going to be a fun one to keep an eye on. 2-minute warning in the first half between Chicago and Washington, by the way. 3rd down and 4 for Buffalo. Allen takes a snap, looking, trying to escape to his right. Going to throw it over the head of his running back. Ellis on the pressure. We have a flag. Allen thinks it's on Atlanta. It's holding it again on the defense. It's on Hughes. So that is another big penalty. That's an even bigger penalty. Mike Hughes getting flagged for the hold there. So fresh set of downs. Again, we haven't seen a replay of it yet. Oh, here it is. So again, taking a look here. And yeah, that is going to be a hold. It's a bit away from the play, but it's definitely a hold. 1st and 10, Buffalo now from just shy of their own 46. Tight end in motion on the far side. Play action. Allen pumps. Has to stand in the pocket. And he's going to get sacked. Not even going to bring him down. It's Onyemata who just stands there, gives Allen a nice little hug, and it'll still go down as a sack. It's going to be a loss of a lot of yards there as we creep under 3 minutes to go here in the third. But yeah, protection breaks down almost immediately. But yeah, Onyemata doing a nice job getting upfield. It's going to be a loss of 8. So second down and 18 now. Third Atlanta sack of the ball game. So Buffalo, again, big moment now. You got to get those wide receivers working here. 4 wide receiver look for Buffalo. Takes a snap. 4-man rush for the Falcons. Allen quickly out to his left-hand side. It's Khalil Shakir who's going to get up over the 45 to about the 47. So we're going to get half of the distance that's needed. That's good for 9. It'll make it third down and 9. So again, just trying to get it go to work. And I think if you're Atlanta, you're probably thinking about bringing pressure here. You've seen it work multiple times tonight. Third and 9. Allen from his own 47. Atlanta showing pressure again, and then Atlanta showing pressure at the line. They're going to bring 6. Allen quickly to his right. Keon Coleman. It's not going to be quite to the first down. He's going to be about 2 yards short. So it's good for 7 there into Atlanta territory down to the 46. It's D. Alford on the tackle. And I think if you're Buffalo, you keep the offense on the field here. So what's the call here? 4th down and 2, and Buffalo will keep the offense on the field. Working from the 46. They're 3 of 4 on 4th down this season. It's Johnson in the game at running back. So this is a huge moment here. Trips bunch to the far side. Motion in the near side. Allen takes a snap. Looking left. Trying to escape left now. Shovel pass. No good! Allen trying to make something happen, but the Atlanta defense holds firm, and it's a turnover on downs. So Atlanta will take over with some great field position. Allen looking for number 26. That was Ty Johnson, who he was looking for just on a late shovel pass, trying to pick up that first down, but Ty Johnson just, too far down the field for that to connect, and it falls short with 58 seconds after the third quarter. Atlanta with a moment to really change the momentum of this second half back in their favor. All right. Oh boy. Oh wait, did I disconnect there? Did I drop? What happened? Are we good? I got a notification that reconnection was successful, so. Yeah, I think we're good. We're good. All right. Not sure what happened there, but I think we're all right. My CPU certainly isn't getting. My CPU's at like 8%, so we're doing pretty solid. But again, at commercial here after the Buffalo turnover on downs here in the third quarter. But yeah, Buffalo starting to get some momentum there as well on offense. Again, I think you're definitely trusting in your defense here, and I don't think it was a bad call by the Bills to go for it. It was just good execution by the Atlanta defense to hold firm on that 4th and 2. Just putting Allen under pressure, making sure that he couldn't do anything with the football, or do anything super special with the football. Definitely had a shot, but a little bit of a miscommunication as Allen and Johnson looked to. I forgot the word that I was going to use, but. Yeah, never mind. I lost my train of thought. All right. All right. Coming out of commercial, though, again, 58 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Falcons taking over from their own 46 in the pistol here. Bijan Robinson is the single back. Receiver coming in motion on the near side now. Penix, hands off, running left is Robinson. Running right, and he's got some running room. Going to pick up about 11 yards there in the first down before he's shoved down. Look for a second like he might break off another huge run. So, fresh set downs again for Atlanta. On what should be the final play before we move into the fourth quarter. In the pistol once again. Robinson the single back. Atlanta now working from the Buffalo 42. Handoff to handoff to the right, and it's going to go nowhere. It's going to be a loss of 3 yards there. Deon Walker getting in there first. And that will take us into the fourth quarter here. So Atlanta only with a 7-point lead now as they get blanked in what was a very quick third quarter. We'll head, though, into the fourth with the Buffalo defense needing a big stop here to keep their offense in the game. No, not fourth quarter. But we're all set. Well, it's good to see Mitch Trubisky get a backup quarterback. The fact that Mitch Trubisky is now the backup QB in the backup QB commercials is pretty good. Also painful because he was our starter for a second. Ugh. All right. But commercial once again in between the third and fourth quarter. But Atlanta got an opportunity here to put the game away. We'll see if they can make it work. This new Predator movie looks interesting. I think it'll be interesting to see how it goes. It is 3D, which is something, but actually the way they did the trailer is pretty cool because the trailer like kind of mocks 3D with having stuff in the black bars, which is pretty neat. But yeah, in between the third and fourth quarter now. Ugh. Oh, boy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to expect in this fourth quarter. I feel like Buffalo's done a good job at swinging the momentum back to about neutral. I think if it was a 14-point lead, if Drake London had scored that touchdown, this would be very different. But, Atlanta has been very dominant, 351 total yards to Buffalo's 228. But Atlanta's been pretty quiet so far in the second half. This, of course, being only their second drive of the half. Algier lined up behind Penix. Robinson going to go in motion to the far side. Hand off to Algier running right. He's going to go nowhere now. So again, great work from the Bills on that running attempt. Not getting fooled by the movement of Bijan Robinson. And so Walker making a nice play there. So that brings up third and long now. As Buffalo trying to get a stop. Also, it is halftime in Washington. Bears 13, Commanders 7 out there. Meanwhile, third and 14 here in Atlanta. Atlanta working from the Buffalo 45. They've been 5 of 9 on third down tonight, but got a long way to go. Got to get to the Buffalo 32 for a first down. Penix in the gun. 4-man rush for the Bills. Penix over the middle. Incomplete. And there's going to be a late flag here. It's going to be thrown on Lewis as it looked like Drake London got tied up a little bit. So we're going to see what happened here. So another flag on the Bills. Pass interference on the Bills. Wow. So it's on Benford. It's another huge penalty that gives the Falcons so much momentum here. Because that's a free first down and now deep into Buffalo territory. And a chance to go by 2 possessions. As it puts Atlanta into field goal range. Seven penalties, 59 yards for the Bills so far. Robinson lined up behind Penix in the pistol. Tight end going in motion to the far side. He'll now come back to the near side. Penix takes snap, handoff, fakes the handoff to Robinson. Gonna dump it back off to him on the left-hand side. Gonna make a man miss up over the 30, down to the 25. Continuing to shed Buffalo tacklers down to the 20 and almost gets down to the 15. He won't get taken down until he gets to the 17-yard line. And so just the explosiveness of Bijan Robinson as he continues to go to work here. Making about 3 or 4 Bills defenders miss there as he rumbles deep into Buffalo territory in Atlanta. Now in the Buffalo red zone. Again, it's, how can Robinson continue to make people miss? It has been the big thing. Now, 1st and 10 from the Buffalo 17. Algier lined up behind Penix. Tight end now coming in motion to the near side. Going to be a quick screen to Kyle Pitts to the near side, to the right. He's going to fall down behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of 2. As Penix has been largely quiet tonight, it's going to be Shaq Thompson who will get credited for the tackle for loss there. And yeah, it's just a slip from Kyle Pitts. Second and 12 now. Under 13 minutes left to go in this football game. Atlanta, 182 pass yards tonight. Pistol once again. It remains Algier. Ends the single back. Pitts coming in motion on the near side. Penix takes a snap. Looking to throw. Looking to the near side. Pumps. Fires. Batted down at the line of scrimmage. Deon Walker, they're reporting, is the man who got the hand to it, who's had a very nice second half here. As, continuing to mix it up, and, Deon Walker, again, has been very, very good. And, Greg Russo getting a bunch of pressure in there. So, a whole bunch of good moments from this Buffalo team. 3rd and 12 now. As Buffalo trying to keep themselves in the game, trying to keep it from being a 2-touchdown game. Penix on 3rd down, though, been very efficient. 4 or 5 for 44 yards on a touchdown. 3 first downs. Robinson coming in motion. Penix looking to throw. Fires over the middle. He's going to spike it. I think was trying to pump it there. And so it's going to be incomplete. So it looked to be a shallow cross for Bijan Robinson. And yeah, just Penix looking to pump. There is a Buffalo defender getting a hand in there. But yeah, ball just slips out of Penix's hands as he tries to pump it. So 4th and 12, they'll bring out the field goal unit here. It's Parker Romo out to attempt a field goal. It's going to be 37 yards from the right hash. So Atlanta trying to go up 10 with 12:31 left to go in this football game. Snap, hold, kick. No good! It's blocked! Ball is loose and Buffalo recovers. So Buffalo special teams comes up big. And it's another blocked field goal in this NFL season. So a huge play there. It's number 50. It's Greg Russo celebrating the block. And it is Greg Russo. Goes right off the inside of his arm. And Buffalo keeps it a one-possession game. 12-24 will now take back over from about their own 40-yard line. So a big moment there as Buffalo tries to shift this game, turn it on its head as they have the entirety of this second half. Or not the entirety, I would say. They weren't able to convert on that fourth down, but they've really controlled a lot more of this game, especially compared to that first half. But into commercial once again. Ugh. First down, Buffalo. First down, Buffalo? First down, Buffalo? I don't know how this would work. It's going to be first down. First down, Buffalo. I got to remember, I got to remember looking at this stuff. Ugh. Yeah, commercial once again here. After the blocked field goal. Yeah, Buffalo special teams. That is a massive, massive moment. Ah. Yeah, I mean, we'll see how much that swings the game because, we're potentially looking at a tie game coming down to the wire. I don't know. I mean, if you're Buffalo, you still got a good bit to get done, but you're giving yourselves an opportunity now. I mean, regardless, I think you need to score this drive. You do need a touchdown, but I think even you take a field goal as of right now with how your defense has been playing. All right, we are back in Atlanta. Yeah, Greg Rousseau doing a great job getting that block in there. I formation for the Buffalo Bills, taking over from their own 39-yard line. Toss to the left. Going to get over the 40. Going to keep the legs chugging. Going to get about as far as the 44. Is Ty Johnson. Ugh. So, again, it's going to be second down and about 5 here after the opening run from Ty Johnson. James Cook will now check back into the game. Remains 3 tight end set for the Buffalo Bills. One of them coming in motion down to the near side. Handoff up the middle to Cook, who's going to bounce it back to the near side. Go up the middle, going to forge forward, pick up about 4 yards there. So, again, third down and short now. It's going to be third down and 1. Cook now surprisingly is checking out of the game. So third and 1. 11 and a half left to go in the game now. Buffalo has been pretty inefficient on third down. Only 2 of 7 today. Of course, only 1 yard to go. Buffalo showing a sneak. And they're going to try to go for the reverse, but it gets fumbled. The snap is missed. It's a bad handoff, and it's going to be a massive loss of yards. It's going to be Pierce, the rookie, picking up a big tackle for loss. And so now it's Buffalo shooting themselves in the foot. Just missed the handoff. Just missed slightly. You're trying to run a reverse here to Elijah Moore, and it's just trying the end around, and it just doesn't work. But yeah, it's Pierce, the rookie edge out of Tennessee, who will get credited for the tackle for loss, and it's the Buffalo punt unit back out. So your special teams just made a massive play. And he just completely wasted it. Punts his away cleanly. Fair catch signaled and fielded at the 15. But Atlanta will take back over. Ultimately, you do still keep Atlanta off of the scoreboard. But that's still, again, that's a huge, huge missed opportunity for the Buffalo Bills. 10-17 left to go, and we're going to go to commercial once again. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, if you're the Buffalo defense, you need another big stop now. Ugh. Hand still hurts when I hit shit on Saturday. All right. But yeah, 21-14. Atlanta taking over from their own 15. Still at commercial break, about 10 minutes left to go in the game. Oh God, Scooter Magruder put out his Cowboys reaction to the game against the Panthers. That'll be a fun watch. Oh boy. This buy now pay later stuff is gonna fucking crash the fucking economy. I swear to God. Because let people take on debt that they won't be able to pay off totally isn't what caused the housing market to crash. Bears Commanders, by the way, still at halftime. But we are back here. Penix in the pistol. Robinson lined up behind him, motioning him to the near side. Hand off to Robinson. Going to be a counter run back to the left for the 15 to the 20. Going to keep those legs churning. Get up to about the 23-yard line there. So we could pick up of 8 yards there on first down. Ugh. But yeah, taking a look at some of the highlights of this Atlanta offense in the first half that we really haven't seen in the second. But yeah, Buffalo's done a nice job clawing themselves back into it, making plays. 2nd and 1. It's actually going to be a pickup of 9 here from their own 24-yard line. Penix, Robinson going in the orbit motion. Line up behind Penix. Take snap, handoff, running right. Going to run into a wall of Buffalo Bills and swung down for a loss of 1.5 yards. And it's Walker again in there. Deon Walker has been playing incredibly in this second half. Ed Oliver also doing a nice job getting some penetration. But yeah, it's Walker who's doing an incredible job in this second half. 3rd and 2 here. Penix in the gun. Algier lined up to his left. Penix. Robinson set in motion. Penix takes a snap, looking, firing, over the middle. Incomplete, it's knocked away. Great play there by Lewis to dive in and get that pass broken up. And Buffalo does a great job there to force the 3 and out. Where we saw a lot of zone in the first half, we're seeing a lot of man coverage in the second half, and I think that's what's making some of the difference here in the pass game. Because London was doing a great job at finding those kind of soft spots in the zone, and that's where a lot of his catches were getting picked up. And in the second half, we just haven't seen that. So it's been a great adjustment by this Buffalo defense. Punt unit out for the Falcons. Snap. And it's away, a little bit of pressure, but not too much. Going to be fielded back at the Buffalo 25. And there's going to be a hold, so this is coming back. 30, going to be wrapped up at the 33. Or is there a flag there? There is not a flag there for hold. I thought there was a flag thrown from behind the play. There was not, so Buffalo will take over from the 33. And we get a mini commercial here. But can Allen tie the game here? 1st and 10, 8.5 minutes remaining. Oh, it wasn't zone. 1st and 10, Allen from zone 33 in the gun. Cook lined up to his right. Going to now motion to his left. Takes the snap. 5-man rush for the Falcons. Allen steps on the pocket. Going to try to escape. He won't be able to. He'll limit it to a loss of 1. But it will be a sack. They're saying Sam Roberts in there for the sack. Yeah, it was Sam Roberts in there on the sack. Again, it'll be 2nd down and 11 here. They're actually going to call it 2nd down and 10 on the broadcast. It'll say he got back to the line of scrimmage. 8 minutes left to go now. Allen going to motion a man out and have him come back, line up to his left, 3 wide receiver to the far side. 1 will come in motion, will head back out to that far side. Allen, quick pass to the left. And that's going to go nowhere. Trying to set up a quick running back screen to Johnson. And that goes nowhere. And now it's another 3rd down. 3rd down and 10 here for the Buffalo Bills. So again, another big moment here. We just had one with the Bills defense against the Falcons offense. Now you got one for the Bills offense against the Falcons defense. 7-point gap, 7:15 left to go in this ball game. Allen going to have a back either side of him here. Falcons showing pressure. Play clock winding down. 7, 6, 5. Allen checking at the line. 3. They get the snap off. Falcons bringing the house. Allen standing in the pocket. Stepping up, firing. Down the right-hand side. There's nobody anywhere close. Miscommunication between Allen and his wide receiver. And with 6:55 left to go, that will bring out the punt unit. Diablo and Alford in there bringing the pressure. And once again, Buffalo going to have to punt the ball back to this Atlanta offense, which was so threatening throughout that first half. But Diallo's been playing very well. But yeah, Jamal Agnew going to be returning the Mitch Wishnowsky punt once again. 6:55 left to win the ball game, and once again it's back on this Bills defense. Punt away cleanly. Coverage very comfortable. Going to be fielded at the 17. Sheds the tackler though, up over the 20, up over the 25, and going to be tackled at the 26-yard line. There is a flag thrown. Andreessen on the tackle. We'll see what the flag is for with 6:43 left to go. We also have a hat off. So there may be multiple flags here. And it's holding on the Falcons. That is it. So that'll, push a little bit of field position back. So takes away that 10-yard return. And with 6:43, once again, we're going to go to commercial. So we're cutting to a lot of commercials here after the very quick 3rd quarter. Ugh. Oh boy. But time is running out for the Buffalo Bills here. Not much time left to go now. Really got to get the job done. How many other things can I think of? Wait 1 sec. No, it's not going to be. I have to move it that way. Let me try to center the door. Because that's going to bother me for the rest of the game, is looking at the score bug in relation to the door. That'll do. It's good enough. We'll try to center the door on the score. Nah, it's kind of a fail. Yeah. Whatever. That'll do. But, again, if you're Atlanta, you're trying to seal the deal here on offense. You're trying to get Bijan Robinson a little bit of a hole to just break free and get off to the races. Still have not drank enough water tonight. But, I don't know. It's kind of a struggle. Alright. Yeah, I need to wash all my dishes tonight. Yeah. I need to figure some stuff out. Are they really saying how to load a dishwasher right now? Oh no, it's a Cascade commercial, that's why. It's because it's a Cascade commercial. That's why they're doing that. Okay. But 7 minutes left to go here, coming out of commercial. Again, 21-14, your current score. Atlanta with the ball, but back on their own 17-yard line after the holding on the punt. Penix going to fake the handoff to Algier. Going to throw a screen to the left to Robinson up over the 20. Going to get up to the 25. So a nice pickup of 8 yards there. So it's going to make it second down and 2. And the clock, of course, continuing to roll down to 6.5 minutes left to go in this game now. Washington, by the way, picking up a field goal. Score is now 13-10 with 12 minutes to go in the third. Second down and 2 for the Falcons. Bijan up to 791 scrimmage yards so far this season. Going to go in motion down to the near side. Handoff to Algier running left. Going to pick up the first down. And 2 more, so it's going to be about 4 yards there for Algier. And now under 6 minutes left to go. First set of downs for the Falcons. So for the Falcons now, you're trying to, I think, milk as much clock as you can. Of course, I still have that window that I can't close, so I don't know if people outside are listening. They could very well be. 5.5 minutes left to go now in the ball game. Empty set here for the Falcons. Penix. It's going to be a false start here, I think. Whistles and flags before the snap. It's going to be a false start. Falcons. It's number 71 getting flagged there. The right tackle. That is Elijah Wilkinson getting flagged there. It does stop the clock with 5.5 minutes left. 6th penalty of the game for Atlanta. But 1st and 15 as well. So this gives Buffalo more of a chance since it backs Atlanta up to a first down and 15. Tyler Algier in the game as the single back in the pistol behind Penix. Robinson has checked out of the game for the moment. Pitts coming in motion to the near side. Penix going to be dumping it off to Algier on a little running back screen up over the 25. Not quite going to get to the 30, though. Good work rallying by the Bills defense, limiting it to a gain of 5. It's going to make it second down and 10 now. Clock will continue to run here. Again, second down and 10. Robinson now checking back into the game for Algier. Again, it was good work to get that game rolling. Under 5 minutes to play now. It's going to be a pick of 6 there. 2nd and 9, Penix in the gun. You got Warner, the tight end, to his left. You got Robinson spread out to the far side. Penix takes the snap. Surveying, looking, pressure in his face, fires. Going to be complete. Sorry, Robinson is on the near side and wide open as he gets up over midfield. Great throw by Penix with a man right in his face to find his running back. And that's a big first down there. 23 yards from Penix to Robinson. And again, the flow just, again, just nobody accounting for Robinson. It was Bosa who laid a big hit on Penix there as he got the ball away. But great work, great touch as well by Penix to be able to float that ball in there and to allow Bijan to come away with it. And that takes them all the way into Buffalo territory. That takes us down to the Buffalo 47. Robinson going in motion to the far side now. Penix takes us now. Looking, quick screen out to Robinson. Bit of a batted ball, but Robinson is able to handle it cleanly. Is only going to pick up about 2.5 yards, though. Clock will still continue to run, though. It'll take us down under 4 minutes. It's A.J. Epinesa who almost who did get a hand there to, bat that ball, but it still got through to Bijan Robinson, who did a nice job to forge forward. He'll now check out here. 2nd down and 7. Four minutes left to go in the game now. So if you're Buffalo, you need to stop now. From the Buffalo 45, Michael Penix takes a snap. Looking to throw a quick one. Drake London. First down inside the 35, down to the 33-yard line. And that's a huge conversion there. As this will basically take us down to the 2-minute warning now. And again, it's just great work. And again, it's the zone coverage. Buffalo going back to that zone, and that's when they're getting burned. First Atlanta first down in this second half. Under 3 minutes, 20 seconds now to play. Buffalo's opportunities. Running out. Robinson, orbit motion. Snap, handoff to Robinson, running to the right. Up over the 30. Gets down to the 28. And again, Robinson just continues to find running room. And again, that, 170 rushing yards, ties his career high on the night on 20 carries is for Bijan. And of course, he's had plenty of receiving yards in there as well. Picked up 5 on that last one. It's 2nd and 5. What'll probably be the last play before the 2-minute warning now. Bears, by the way, in the red zone. Penix in the pistol. Snap. Handoff to Algier, running right. He's going to go pick up a couple of yards, actually. He might have reached and picked up the first down. He will get knocked out of bounds, so that'll stop it. It's going to be 3rd down and about half a yard here. It's great work from Tyler Algier. Deon Walker really should have had the tackle for loss, but Algier just dances away from him. 3rd and about half a yard. Falcons are not converted on a 3rd down yet tonight. It's 3rd down and half a yard. Clock stops with 2 minutes, 21 seconds remaining. Actually, they're ruling on a 1st down. They may rule this a 1st down. They did. Wow. 1st down, Atlanta. They've already burned 4 minutes and 22 seconds of clock on this drive. Now from the Buffalo 23, Penix takes a snap, looking, firing, over the middle, almost intercepted. Shaq Thompson with an opportunity to potentially take that to the house as he had an opportunity to catch that on the run. Oh, and Buffalo almost with a massive opportunity to change the face of this game. Just working perfectly, and he just can't come away with it. Looking for London. Just off his hand. 2nd and 10. 2:17 left to go now. Falcons looking for the dagger. It's going to be an orbit outside zone to Algier. He's going to get back over the 20 to the 15. Did he get the 1st down? No, he's going to be just short again. It's going to be a pickup of 9 yards. Algier just going to be just short. So we're going to be down to the 2-minute warning now. Penix, by the way, is gripping his elbow. But Atlanta has had a great drive here late in the game to give themselves an opportunity to try and win this football game. And actually tripped up by his own player as well. No, not now. But 2-minute warning here in Atlanta. And this might just about be over. Ugh. Alright. I do need to get Battlefield 6 now that we're seeing a commercial for it. Ugh. And even if it's just for the story, that would be kind of dope. Because it looks solid. Ugh. Alright. Oh, my head. Yeah, sinus pressure is massive. Get you if you're trying to do commentary. I mean, the good news is I have more energy than I did yesterday. My energy definitely isn't high, but I have it. It's here. Ugh. But, all right. We're almost at 3 hours now, so we're actually right about on time with normal games. Again, it's just it's the kind of exhaustion here of stuff dragging on. Robinson is checked out of the game, by the way. Algier from the 16 now, 3rd down and 1 after the 2-minute warning. Motion for Atlanta. It's going to be a sneak up the mid. They drew him offsides. They got him to bite. Did the Bills just bite there? They did. The Bills bite. Yeah. Felipe Franks manages to draw offsides. Great call there. They ran that earlier tonight where they motioned Franks across the O-line, had to come in and sneak. So great call there, and that might just do it. Bears, by the way, picked up another field goal. It's now 16-10. First and goal now from the 9. Penix. Hand off to Algier, running left. Going to go nowhere. It's going to lose about 4 there. Going to knock Atlanta back to the Buffalo 13 now. Timeout Buffalo as well. As Buffalo going to have to just start to burn timeouts here. Just trying to get themselves a shot. Trying to maybe get another field goal block if that's something that's on the cards. But Bijan Robinson has made so many Bills miss tackles as well. Just has been incredibly slippery. They're showing on that last little halfback screen how many missed tackles he forced 5 missed tackles on that most recent running back screen he had. And, of course, great vision on that 81-yard rushing score. Great blocking as well for a large part of this night by this Atlanta offense on all facets. But yeah, 19 carries, 170 yards tonight, and 68 yards receiving. Panic's going to hand it off to Algier again this time running right. He's going to go down for another loss of 3. Ed Oliver going to get a tackle for loss there. Timeout again for the Buffalo Bills. So again, 1:51 left to go. Parker Romo will be coming back out to attempt another field goal. And the Falcons have had some kicking problems this year. Brought in Romo. They have Ben Sauls on the practice squad, who Ben Sauls, got to watch him a ton at Pitt. He's very good. Looking at Arthur Blank on the sideline. Strong pistol. So Algier remains in the game. Back at the 15 now. They'll give it to him again up the middle. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's about it. And we'll see Buffalo's final timeout here with 1:47 remaining. And so here comes the Atlanta field goal unit. We did see a Parker Romo kick blocked earlier today. So Atlanta trying to go up 2 scores with 1:47 remaining. We had Greg Rousseau block a field goal earlier today. Buffalo out of timeouts. Romo was blocked from 37 earlier. This one's going to be from 33 yards, and it's right down the middle. Romo lined up for the field goal attempt. Snap, hold, kick. This one's through, and the Falcons take a 2-score lead here late in this ball game, and that could very well do it. And they burned 5 minutes of clock on that last drive, 14 plays, 68 yards, ending with the Romo field goal. And now it's going to be a very tall order for Josh Allen and this Bills offense. Thank you, Jacob. It's very much appreciated. Yeah, we're just trying to keep rocking. I'm sitting here, enjoy doing commentary. So we're gonna keep at it. And this is a big moment as well for Atlanta. This is a big win against a very good Bills, even if beat up Bills team. Of course, Bijan Robinson having himself a day, and the Bills fans headed for the exits. Again, still the potential for magic to come in from the reigning MVP. But again, an incredibly, incredibly tall order with 103 seconds on the clock. Lined up to kick it away, though. We are now over 3 hours, so we are trekking along. Kick is away. Fielded near side. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Stutter step. Tries to make some guys miss, but only gets as far as the 30-yard line with 1:37 left to go. So again, you need some magic here. If you are the Buffalo Bills, it's going to be a lot of, if you're Josh Allen, it's going to be a lot of airing it out. Probably a lot of 3-4-man rushes for the Falcons. But here we go. 97 seconds remain. Allen takes a snap. 5-man rush for Atlanta. They're getting aggressive here. Allen looking deep down the right-hand side. Incomplete. Looking for looking for Shavers. And it's going to be incomplete there. They're mentioned on the broadcast how little of a factor Keon Coleman has been tonight, and that could not be further from the case. He's been matched up against A.J. Terrell basically all night. Allen in the gun. Takes a snap. Looking left, firing. This one is for Coleman. Going to be a little bit of a pitch pass. So Johnson will pick up 10 yards on the lateral. So it'll be a first down. It will stop the clock with 1:24 remaining. So Coleman doing a nice job getting the lateral working. And that maybe gets the Atlanta defense on its heels slightly. Allen takes the snap. Stepping up in the pocket. Looking. Deep down the right-hand side. Complete. First down into Atlanta territory. Down to the 49. That was Shavers on the grab. They'll give him 10. Bills, hurry up offense. 68 seconds. Allen takes the snap. Stepping out of the pocket. Trying to escape. Looking. Steps up. Takes off running. Going to get down to the 30. Going to try to head towards the sideline. And he'll get it done. He'll get all the way to the 35 before he steps out of bounds with 57 seconds left. So Allen, great vision there. Also, Washington has tied it up. I assume PAT pending. But yeah, just prevent defense, and Allen just takes off. And again, just does a great job directing traffic. $57 seconds left. Allen, after that big rush, puts him deep into Atlanta territory, now working from the 25-yard line. Allen in the gun. Atlanta bringing 5. Allen under pressure. Throws it towards the sideline. It's complete for Shavers. And that's going to pick up another 10 yards and stop the clock now with 51 seconds. So Allen continuing to go to work here. Again, doing a nice job picking up chunk plays. They're actually going to give him 9. From the 15 now. Allen, empty set, 51 seconds, takes the snap, looking, pumping, stepping up, scrambling around, rolling to his left, looking, firing, towards the end zone, batted, intercepted, ball game! Ball is batted away at the line of scrimmage. It's Harrison who got a hand to it, and Allen, a second interception of the day, and that will do it. And the Atlanta defense comes up big at the death. And with 41 seconds left, the Bills will drop to 4-2, which means that the Steelers are suddenly the 2 seed. What? Is this real life? How are the Steelers the 2 seed? I know it's only week 6, but what? It's Malone who ends up coming away with the interception, but it's a great play by Harrison to get his hands up to bat that ball. But that is game, and that will do it. So your final score from Atlanta. Atlanta knocks off the Bills, who dropped 2 in a row. So your final score, 24-14. This could be a big moment as well for the Falcons in the rest of their season. And I think you're at a crossroads if you're the Bills. Yes, you have a bunch of injuries, but you're going into your bye week, obviously dropping 2. You want to see them improve a little bit, but we're going to have to wait and see. Bijan, incredible player. But we'll have to see where some of the rest of this continues. But at the end of the day, Bills move to 4-2. Falcons move to 3-2, trying to pressure the Buccaneers in the NFC South. But that'll do it. Great game for Bijan. Great game for Drake London. Solid. Great game for Michael Penix. And a great game from that Atlanta defense. But that'll do it. Of course, I hope you have enjoyed if you have remained tuned in. But congratulations, of course, to the Atlanta Falcons. And until next time, I will see you later. Have a good one.